I see all of you are very happy today, aren't you? Can I hear a yes from the students or the youth? Are you all excited? All right, I'm excited too. All right, so we are going to begin in a while. I request everyone who are still moving to get seats for themselves. Be seated. It's a great day for all of us, for the teams and the family members of Dharitri and Odisha Post. It's a great day for our state as well, for the youth, climate enthusiasts as well. Everyone who takes inspirations from the dignitaries that we are going to receive today. It's a good day today and I hope you all make the most of it. Team Dharitri and Odisha Post have given their best to achieve a lovely success today. We hope we get your cooperation as well. आजिर दिन आरंभ करिबा मदर्स म्यूजिक सहित मु अनुरोध करिबी मदर्स म्यूजिक प्ले करिबा पाई। धन्यवाद। प्लीज आपण माने निजर आसन ग्रहण करिवे। आसंतु आजिर दिन को आरंभ करिबा। नमस्कार, जय जगन्नाथ, सुप्रभात। मु उपस्थापिका शोभना मिश्र, टीम धरित्री एवं ओडिशा पोस्ट तरफ धरित्री परिवार 50 वर्ष पूर्ति अवतार अवसर रे एवं आमर आजिर धरित्री यूथ कनक्लेव 2023 रे आपण समस्त हृदय भरा स्वागत जनाउची। गोटे जोरदार ताली आजिर ई शुभ दिन पय हम समस्त दबा। धरित्री यूथ कॉन्क्लेव, climate change, the path ahead. This edition of 2023, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is going to be really special because it is going to be a great day for all of us. Happy 50th anniversary to team Dharitri, जो माने एते वर्ष हलानी धरित्री परिवार सहित जोड़ी हे रहिछंती, जो माने परिवार वर्ग धरित्री को ठिया हबारे जी सबल करिछंती एवं समस्त पाठक वृंद जो माने हमको आज जोग देछंती, जेते युवा बंधु मध्ये हम परिवार सहित जोड़ी हे रहिछंती। आपण समस्त को धरित्री रो 50 वर्ष पूर्ति अवसर रे जेते कि अभिनंदन जणाउछु, सेते कि धन्यवाद मध्ये जणाउछु। आ आशा करछु आज रो सुंदर दिन रे आपण समस्तंग पाई आपण समस्ते आमे मिसिकी आमर जलवायु आड़कू आउ दुई पाद निश्चय भाव में आगेबा। क्लाइमेट चेंज बा जलवायु परिवर्तन एवं एई दिगरे आमे कोन कार्य करि परिबा, आमर निजर कोन अवदान रखि परिबा, सेई विषय रे मध्ये अनेक आलोचना आजिर कार्यक्रम रे रहिछि। ताले आसंतु कार्यक्रम को आगे नबा। So once again a very good morning everyone, our esteemed panelists, guests, Team Dharitri and Odisha Post, media persons and my dear young friends. I'm honored and delighted to welcome you to the third edition of Dharitri Youth Conclave on Climate Change, the Path Ahead. This special year also happens to be where Dharitri steps into the Big 50. 3 cheers for Dharitri. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Happy 50 once again. So thereby we are celebrating our golden jubilee anniversary today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Dharitri has come a long way in these last 5 decades, always striving to stay true to the spirit of journalism with its unbiased news presentation. It is a fiercely impartial paper which has earned the trust of the people of Odisha by maintaining a pro-people stance and independent stand always from the beginning. That is probably why, in its long journey, Dharitri has not only managed to survive, but it has thrived and grown with the love and support of its numerous readers and now viewers in the digital arena as well. For that, we cannot move forward without acknowledging the guidance and direction of editor Tathagat Satpathy, who distanced himself from a successful political career to focus on journalism. Cheers for our editor, Shri Tathagat Satpathy, everyone. Now, environmental concerns have always been reflected in Dharitri's pages, as you have read. From tiger deaths in the Nandankanan Zoo in the 90s to regular man-elephant conflict in Odisha, coverage on shrinking forests and mangroves to coastal erosion and natural disasters, including Odisha's very familiar cyclones. Dharitri has been at the forefront of responsible climate reporting. In the last few years, we noticed positive stories of climate action from the youth in various parts of Odisha, especially the coastal areas. That brought hope to our hearts, and we started our delightful journey, bringing together the environmentalists, climate warriors, and young people to discuss environmental issues and work on climate action. We believe no action is without impact, and there is still hope for Odisha, a land of great biodiversity and ecological importance. The Dharitri Climate Grant was announced last year with the sole intention of encouraging young people such as you to keep at it when it comes to climate action activities. I'm delighted to welcome our esteemed special guest. Everybody of you know, and you are mostly here to interact with him today. A very popular actor, an actor with heart, Mr. Sonu Sood. He is going to join us soon. A big round of applause. Who really absolutely doesn't need any introduction, a star who has won hearts with his humanitarian action during COVID times and continues to stay involved with social causes. We are going to have him in just a while. I'm honored to welcome, it's a proud privilege to welcome the 3-time Grammy Award winner, Mr. Ricky Cage. Everyone a loud cheer. An environmentalist at heart who continues to inspire and enthrall us with his spellbinding music. We will all get to see him again, and we are going to have a wonderful international level performance of him post-lunch. So stick with us, stay with us till the end. I'm humbled to invite the fabled Shri Jada Payeng ji. Sir is also with us. Ek baar zordar talia. That is Mr. Jada Payeng, popularly known as the Forest Man of India, ladies and gentlemen. A man who single-handedly reforested the entire Molai forest in 40 years. Sir is just sitting in the front row. He's just going to join us. Young people and environmentalists in Odisha will be so happy to learn from your work, sir. Now, I'm delighted to welcome as our panelist, Mr. Richard Mahapatra, the managing editor of Down to Earth magazine, young environmentalist Ms. Neha Shahi, winner of UNEP Tide Turner Award, our friend Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy, the founder of Environmentalist Foundation of India, our philosopher Mr. Sujit Mahapatra, who is always standing with us like a rock, our guide Mr. Tathagat Satpathy, the editor of Dharitri and Odisha Post, and of course our CEO of Dharitri Odisha Post, Madam Adyasha Satpathy. I welcome each one of you present here today, including the distinguished dignitaries in the front rows. We are so thankful to have our esteemed invitees in the front rows. We have Sulochana Madam, we have Subhash Sir, and we have Siddhant Mahapatra, the hero of Odisha, everyone. So we are so happy to have you all with us. It's a great day and you make it even more beautiful, even better. We thank our sponsors and partners as well. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible in such a beautiful railway auditorium hall. We are all sitting in high numbers. We thank every one of you for your contribution. And last but not the least, the team that has worked the most hard, Team Dharitri and Odisha Post, a loudest cheer for the family members, no matter what, always have been standing with us. May Lord Jagannath bless you all, bless all of us. Happy 50th birthday Dharitri again. Now we have prepared a special Dharitri song on the occasion of the 50th happy birthday. I would welcome the performers. छोटा छोटा पिला माने अच्छंती धरित्री रा 50 वर्ष पूर्ति अवसर पाई किछि खास परिवेषण नै कि आछंती आसंत जोरदार ताली सहित तांको स्वागत करबा आ परिवेषण को उपभोग करबा. बहुत धन्यवाद एते सुंदर परफॉर्मेंस पाई एवं ए पिला माने जो अनुष्ठान रु आछंदी ताहा होची दुखीराम स्वाई कला प्रतिष्ठान जगतसिंहपुर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद एते सुंदर भाबरे आपण माने परफॉर्म करछंती एवं धरित्री को नेकी एते बढ़िया दिन रे परफॉर्मेंस टी को प्रिपेयर करछंती सेत पई आउतरे धन्यवाद दबो वर्तमान समय हे जाईची आमे समस्ते ईश्वरंकर आशीर्वाद नबा प्रभु जगन्नाथंकर मांकर जो ईश्वर को आम विश्वास करूँ ताहंकर ना नहीं प्रदीप प्रज्वलन पूर्वक आम आमर प्रत्येक सुंदर कार्यक्रम को आरंभ करूँ वर्तमान मध्य से समय आसी जाइछि मु अनुरोध करी मंच सामने आमको जोगदेवे द फॉरेस्ट मैन ऑफ इंडिया लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन ऑफ वेरी स्पेशल डिग्निटरी मिस्टर जादव पाइंग जी आई वुड इनवाइट यू सर प्रथम आग को आसबे सर आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट आवर एडिटर and CEO Dharitri and Odisha Post Shri Tathagat Satpathy and Srimati Adyasa Satpathy to kindly escort sir to the lamp. I would also invite Mr. Richard Mahapatra, Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy and Ms. Neha Shahi to kindly join us to light the lamp. Thank you very much, sir and madam. Please have your seats. Now, without further delay, I would invite CEO Dharitri and Odisha Post, CEO of this huge family, Madam Adyasa Satpathy, to the stage to offer the welcome address and share her heartfelt words with all of us on this auspicious occasion today. Madam Satpathy, everyone.
नमस्कार गुड मॉर्निंग आपण समस्त को मुझे स्वागत करुच्ची आज गोटे बहुत बड़ दिन धरित्री पाई आम 50 वर्ष रे पदार्पण करने को जाऊे 50 वर्ष गोटे लॉन्ग जर्नी खबर कागज दुनिया रे जहाँ लाइफ पाई भी किंतु विशेषकर मीडिया पाई एते वर्ष बंची रहिबा तिष्ठी रहिबा गोटे छोट कथा नुहे आमर सेमिति किछि बैकिंग जोटा को कहती कॉर्पोरेट बैकिंग हो कि पॉलिटिकल बैकिंग हो न थाई कि बहुत वर्ष हलाणी धरित्री तार जर्नी रे चली आसीची एटा केवल संभवपर हो पारिछि काहेकि ना एडिटर जो दायित्व हमको देइचंती समस्त को गोटे इम्पार्शियल जर्नलिज्म उपरे आमे फोकस करूछु अनबायस्ड रिपोर्टिंग उपरे फोकस करूछु आ आमर जो एबे एनवायरनमेंट दिग को धरित्री रे आमे आगो को नबा को चेष्टा करूछु सेथिरे गोटे लंबा जर्नी आमे देखिछु गत किछि वर्ष हेबो आमे अनुभव कलु जे परिवेश को नेकी जो प्रॉब्लम सब सृष्टि होउची सेथिरे बहुत नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट अच्छी आमे पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट भी देखिलु जे बहुत यंग एनवायरनमेंटलिस्ट अछंती ओडिसा रे छुआ अछंती जो माने निज निज जगारे निज लोकालिटी रे बहुत भल काम करुचंती सेटा आमर लोकलोचन को मध्य आनिबार दरकार पड़ला सेथिरु आमे आरंभ कलु गोटे बड़ धरणर यूथ कॉन्क्लेव जोटा वर्ष को थरे होउची आमे 2 वर्ष तले आरंभ करथिलु ता छड़ा प्रत्येक दिन आमर एनवायरनमेंटलिस्ट मानक संगे इंटरैक्शन होउची आलोचना चक्र होउची आ आमे एटा को आगु को रेगुलरली नबाकू चाहूचु सेथिरु धरित्री क्लाइमेट ग्रांट आमे गत वर्ष अनाउंस करिथिलु ए वर्ष आमे बाछिचु किछि टॉप एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट को जो माने ग्राउंड लेवल रे बहुत भल भाव काम करूछंती से मानकु आमे आगु को आनी कि धरित्री क्लाइमेट ग्रांट दबु एहार गोटे इंटेंशन हैला जे यंग पिला एठी भी जो माने सब बसिचंती से माने एनवायरमेंट कॉन्शियस होंतु आ एटा गोटे गणमाध्यम रो दायित्वबोध अछि. We feel that media is like the watchdog and media also has a social responsibility. So amara social responsibility hela ame gote unbiased reporting करिबु ता छड़ा आउ गोटे एंगल आमे सोशल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी रो नेइछु जोटा कि आजि काली बहुत जरूरी एनवायरमेंटल कॉन्शियसनेस. जदि पिला माने जो माने एठी अछंती से माने गोटे छोटो स्टेप भी एनवायरमेंटली कॉन्शियस हेले ताहले सेरा बहुत बड़ कथा बिकॉज नो एफर्ट गोज टू वेस्ट. को गोटे काम भी आमे जदि दी पाद आगो को करबा सेरा वेस्ट को जीवनी. सो वी होप दैट द किड्स हियर आर इंस्पायर्ड. बहुत भलो पैनलिस्ट अछंती आपण माने तो सुनिले हमर शोभना मैडम कहिले सोनू सूद अछंती आपण पिला माने सब अपेक्षा करथिबे तांको कथा सुनिबा पई. आ सबुठू टॉप एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट आम पाखे अछंती श्री जादेव पायंग जी अछंती जे कि एकाकी जणे निज हाथ रे 40 वर्ष धरी गोटे जंगल लगे देले. सो एथे आठू इंस्पायरिंग कथा हो न पारे. द पावर ऑफ वन जोटा कि जणे सिंगल हैंडेडली गोटे विराट बड़ जंगल क्रिएट करि पारंती ताठू इंस्पिरेशनल कथा न हो पारे. आमे तांकोठू शिखिबा दरकार. आउ आमे समस्ते जदि किछि किछि एफर्ट्स नबा ताहले एनवायरमेंटल कॉन्शियसनेस ओवरऑल भी स्प्रेड करिवो. आउ धरित्री परिवार तरफ रु मु समस्त को वेलकम करुच्ची आपण मानकू आउ थरे ऑल द डिग्निटरीज हु आर प्रेजेंट हियर एंड ऑल द पैनलिस्ट पिला माने जो माने टाइम काढ़ी के आसीचंती ऑल आर स्पॉन्सर्स पार्टनर्स समस्त को एंड ऑफ कोर्स द धरित्री एंड ओडिशा पोस्ट फैमिली. आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक एवरीवन एंड विश धरित्री अ वेरी वेरी हैप्पी गोल्डन बर्थडे. थैंक यू. नमस्कार.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद श्रीमती शतपथी ते सुंदर भाव में स्वागत अभिभाषण रखिंट और निजर मनर कथा आम सहित बांटी. एमती खास दिन में जितेबाला आम आम परिवार को लीड करूँ से जे लीड करुँच मु मिस्टर एंड मिसेस शतपथी कथा कहूँ मन में आज केते खुशी थी केते उत्साह थी आम केवल भाभी ही पारिबा इमेजिन ही करि परिबा. से माने जितेबाला निज भाषा रे किछि कहिबे सेतेबाला आम बुझीबा को चेष्टा करि परिबा. 50 इज अ बिग माइलस्टोन. आ सबुठार बड़ कथा होची आम क्लाइमेट चेंज विषय रे से 50th बर्थडे रे आमे कथा होचे. आम समस्त तरफ रु कोन कंट्रीब्यूशन रही पारिबो खाली कथा होने ताको आमे काम रे भी लगोचे. सबुठार बड़ कथा होची धरित्री रो जेते जण पाठक अछंती से माने समस्ते खाली आम सहित कथा ही कि आम सहित सुनिबा किबा कोनसे गोटे डिस्कशन रे भाग नबा नुहे. एठु गला परे से माने एक्शन रे भी करी कि देखांती एंड दैट्स व्हाई यू आर द फ्लैग बियरर्स ऑफ आवर फैमिली. वी थैंक यू सो मच. आ आजिर दिन रे मध्ये आपण माने आसी कि समस्त जोडी हेचंती. तेनो आमे आरंभ करबा हमरो यूथ कॉन्क्लेव रो सही मेन पैनल डिस्कशन जो डिस्कशन रे पाथ अहेड विषय रे आमे कथा बा एवं हमरो मॉडरेटर एवं पैनलिस्ट माने जो माने प्रस्तुत अछंती तांको वर्तमान में मंच ऊपर को पाछटी आनिबा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट मी वेलकम टू द स्टेज the moderator Shri Sujit Mahapatra. A round of applause ladies and gentlemen. Shri Sujit Mahapatra is an academic by hobby and a volunteer by profession. He volunteers full-time at Bakul Foundation, which aims to demonstrate the power of volunteerism through initiatives in education, environment and the arts. He has been a member drafting committee of the state youth policy and is on several state level committees. Please welcome Shri Sujit Mahapatra. He's just like a family member and we are very, very happy to have him, as each year we have him with us. Please have your seat. I invite our ladies to offer a bouquet to Shri Mahapatra to welcome him. Now let me have the honor of welcoming the panelists to the stage. First of all, Mr. Richard Mahapatra. Mr. Richard Mahapatra, the managing editor, Down to Earth magazine, author. Mr. Mahapatra is an established author, editor and environmentalist and is known for promoting the environmental consciousness through his writings. Please welcome Mr. Richard Mahapatra on the stage and let's play the AVP. welcome you to the dais. We welcome you to the dais once again, Mr. Richard Mahapatra. And now it's my turn to welcome Ms. Sneha Shahi, our next panelist. Ms. Shahi is a talented environmentalist from Gujarat. She is among the young activists affiliated with UNEP's Plastic Tight Runner campaign and is also the winner of the Youth for Earth Award. Let's welcome Ms. Shahi on the stage. Let's play the AV. At a very young age, she has become a true environmentalist. We are very happy to have you here, Ms. Shahi, as one of our panelists. Now, let me invite to the stage Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy, our next panelist, our friend, environmental activist. One second, please. Environmental activist, Time Magazine, Next Generation Leader 2022, Rolex Awardee, Jane Goodall Youth Leader, founder, Environmentalist Foundation of India. He is known for his tremendous efforts in scientific restoration of lakes and water bodies. He has restored close to 200 water bodies across various states in India. A warm welcome to Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy on the stage, one of our panelists. And finally, I know you are waiting for him, our editor, Dharitri and Odisha Post, Shri Tathagat Satpathy sir, a politician with a clean record. He was a one-time MLA and four-time member of parliament in Lok Sabha, voluntarily chose to quit political life and return to the full-time journalism in 2019. Earlier in 1986, he had taken over as editor Dharitri newspaper and turned it into one of the most popularly trusted newspapers that now has emerged as a successful brand known throughout the Odia speaking world. Passionate about environment, nature and conservation, Mr. Satpathy is here to talk about the stuff that are close to his heart. Mr. Satpathy, warm welcome on the dais as well. And here I would like to hand it over to our dear moderator, Mr. Sujit Mahapatra. Please take it forward.
Namaskar. Good morning. What a day, right? I mean, does it feel proud to be part of such a historic occasion? I'm definitely proud. My 50th birthday, what a moment. And think about it, a prakarra, conclave on climate change with so many 1,200 youth, I don't think has ever happened in Odisha before. So I think all of us are extremely honored and lucky. Bhaba, our population would be like 4.7, 4.8 crores. Tadhere youth thibe, 1/3 at least, 1.6 crores. Ta bhitru 1200 ame iti achu. Math kale, literally it becomes lakho mein ek. So a big hand to each of us here to be part of this historic occasion, to be the lakho mein ek, and I hope, while coming here, I was just thinking, what do I think I will go back with? And I thought, and you can tell me, with a yes, if that is also what you have thinking. I thought, with the lineup that we have, I'll definitely go back motivated. Do you also think that you will go back motivated? Very few of you. Yes, okay. I thought I'll definitely be inspired. Do you think you'll be inspired? ये जोर हो नहीं ब्रेकफास्ट को एते थिला छोले भटूरे थिला इडली थिला सबु थिला okay do you think you'll be energized now that's it so we'll begin the discussion right away I'll begin with sir Tathagat sir and then I'll sit down and we'll continue the discussion there congrats once again on the 50th year. You know, I would like to start with asking about why this conclave, and particularly not this, just this series that you've been having, why the youth conclave. You know, when people look at me, people who know me, they know that I love youth, particularly by my choice of partner. People who know you definitely know that you love youth, right? But you were in politics. Politics chhadi ke apna youth, you know, media upar focus kale, youth conclave arambh kale. My first question would be, you know, why do you think, you know, you see hope in this? I mean, I'll continue, I'll just add a couple of other things and then you can respond. Because anek samay, you know, many of us think, hey, go to conclave hochi, go to conference hochi, another event. You know, so I'm sure there must be something, because it has become bigger. It has become, I don't know how many of you have attended an earlier conclave? Dharitri conclave, just hatha teki diya. If you've been to the earlier conclaves, okay, but this time good that we have people from all across the state. Sabu districts Rashchanti, many of them for the first time. You know, this has become bigger. So what is the hope? What is the dream that you have, you know, for this? Upon your Dida edition already called Chandi Youth Conclave, and this has become bigger now. Have you seen any impact coming out of it? You know, so maybe we can just begin with that and then we will take it from there. So why the Youth Conclave, and what makes you hopeful that with these 1,000, 1,200 people, we can create some wonderful harmony?
Thank you, Sujit Babu. I welcome all the panelists on board today. Arun Babu, Sneha ji, Richard Babu, and all the audience who are not really audience, they are all activists by heart and are here with a purpose. Ame kahinki Dharitri ra ei youth conclave kolu, ye gotiye Mrs. Adyasha Satpathiଙ୍କର ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ, ଏବଂ ସେ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ପଛରେ ଗୋଟେ ସତ୍ୟତା ରହୁଛି, ଗୋଟେ ବାସ୍ତବତା ରହୁଛି ଯେ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଏଭଳି ଏକ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଯେ ଦୀର୍ଘ ଦିନ ଧରି ଏଠି ଯେତେ ପିଲା ଆସିଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ଜନ୍ମ ପୂର୍ବରୁ କେବଳ ସେ 9 ଦୁର୍ଭିକ୍ଷ ନୁହେଁ, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସମୟରେ ପ୍ରାୟ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ବର୍ଷରେ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ବଢ଼ି ହେଉଥିଲା, ବଢ଼ି ପରେ ପରେ ମରୁଡ଼ି ହେବ, ମରୁଡ଼ି ପରେ ବାତ୍ୟା ହେଉଥିଲା, ଏବଂ 1999 ରୁ ସୁପର ସାଇକ୍ଲୋନ୍ ପରେ ଯେଉଁଭଳି ଭାବରେ ଆମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ବର୍ଷ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ନାଁରେ, କେତେବେଳେ ବିଦେଶୀ ନାଁ, କେତେବେଳେ ଦେଶୀ ନାଁ, ଫାଇଲିନ୍, ହୁଡ଼ହୁଡ଼, ବେଙ୍ଗ, ପଣସ, ଏମିତି ସବୁ ନାଁ ଶୁଣି ଶୁଣିକିରି ଆମେ ସବୁ ଅତିଷ୍ଠ ହେଲୁଣି ଯେ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଏଭଳି ଏକ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଯେ କି ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ବର୍ଷ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସିଜନରେ, ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସମୟରେ, ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଋତୁରେ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଉପରେ କିଛି ନା କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ନ୍ୟାଚୁରାଲ କାଲାମିଟି ସେଟା ମାଡ଼ କରୁଛି, ଯାହାକି ଲୋକଙ୍କର ମେରୁଦଣ୍ଡକୁ ଭାଙ୍ଗି ଦେଉଛି, ଆର୍ଥିକ ମେରୁଦଣ୍ଡ ଏବଂ ସାମାଜିକ ମେରୁଦଣ୍ଡ ମଧ୍ୟ. So we had a dream in our minds, in our hearts, that it is time that people in this state become conscious, become aware and alert, and maybe a time will also come when we can actively minimize. I will not be able to say if we can thwart natural calamities, if man has the power or the ability, but we can minimize the damages that are caused to our homes, our families, our society, ourselves, our economy, all of that. So keeping that in mind, Dharitri and its leader, Mrs. Adyasha Satpathy, started this youth conclave with the sole aim that across the state, the youth should be aware, should be conscious. And today, on this third edition of the youth conclave, and this has been focused on environment, and this also happens to be the beginning, Purti Nuhe, ଏହା ହେଉଛି ପଦାର୍ପଣର ପ୍ରଥମ 50 ବର୍ଷରେ ପଦାର୍ପଣର ଅବସରରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ କାଇଣ୍ଡ ଅଫ୍ ଗୋଟେ ସ୍କେଲ୍ ତ ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ ସ୍କେଲ୍, ସେଥିପାଇଁ କି ସବୁବେଳେ କେହି ଆଉ ଆଜିକାଲି 100% ବି କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି, ପରସେଣ୍ଟ ମିନ୍ସ 100. ଏବେ ସବୁ କଥାରେ ଆପଣମାନେ ଶୁଣିଥିବେ ଲୋକ କହୁଛନ୍ତି 1 to 10ରେ ସ୍କେଲ୍ କର. सो आमे सेमती मनुष्यर जीवन को छोटिया करिकिरी आमे देखैबाकू देखुचु निश्चित भाव रे ओडिशा रे सचेतनता वृद्धि पाउची निश्चित भाव रे साधारण खटिकिया ओडिया बुझिलाणी जो भली भाव रे वर्षा दिन आसीबो माने आमर 100 टू ऊर्ध्व लोक प्रत्येक वर्ष चढ़चड़ी रे लाइटनिंग रे तांकर मृत्यु घटुची 100 रु अधिक लोक गत वर्ष अधिक थिला 300 केते लोक मरिथिले सो ए विषय रे लोक सचेतन हेलेनी छता धरिकरी गला बेलू रबर चप्पल पिंधुछंती आपण गाँ गंडा को गले पचारिले विषय आलोचना करछंती सो क्रमश गोटे उन्नति घटुची बोली आमे निजे हृदबोध कर दैट इज द क्रक्स of the study that we see that our efforts not only ours alone एटी बहुत पिला अछंती बहुत युवक संगठन अच्छी जो मैंने निज निज क्षेत्र में समस्ते टिके 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 पिंपुड़ी भली हो पछे समस्ते किछि ना किछि कार्य करूछंती एवं सेमानंकर समस्तंकर एफर्ट आमे देखुछु आजि ताहा फलप्रद होची इट इज बेयरिंग फ्रूट वी आर सीइंग इट वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग इट विथ आवर ओन आईज दैट all the efforts of all the young people who are working in many districts of Odisha mainly of course मोर टिके गोटे मन टिके अफसोस रही जे ये जो एक्टिविटीज ये विशेष भाव में कोस्टल डिस्ट्रिक्ट रे सीमित रही जाउछि टिके ऑल ओडिशा गोटे पैन ओडिशा फिजिकल शेप नहीं नाही किंतु एबे हमें देखुछु जे धीरे धीरे सेटा सबु जिला को सबु स्तर को पहुँचलानी सो जदि धरित्री को आमे से भली भाव रे गोटे पिंपुड़ी भाबिबा ए जो भाई भौणी माने हमर सब अन्य माने जो माने काम करछंती आमे भी निपथ्य कोलाहल जो कहती आमे भी सेमानक पई निपथ्य कोलाहल करूछु एंड वी आर आल्सो ट्राइंग टू प्रमोट देम वी आर ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग देम टू द लाइमलाइट आमे जति कि निजे करि परछु फॉर एग्जांपल अरुण कृष्णमूर्तिंकर ईएफआई संगे मिसिकरी आमे वाटर बॉडीज रिसरेक्ट करूछु पुनर्जीवित करूछु एबे गोटे खोर्धा जिले में करेलु आउरी अनदर 7 वाटर बॉडीज आमे करबा को जाउछु ढेंकानाल अनुगुल बरगढ़ केते गुड़िक जिला को आमे नेचु जोटी की पानी रो समस्या रही से सब जिले में आमे सेटा करबा को चाहूछु आई वुड थैंक अरुण बाबू for his sincere help and he is part of it he is not helping us he is doing it we are helping him so ये जो काम होउची एई भली भाव रे आहुरी अनेक युवती युवक ओडिसा रे करूछंती जोटा कि आजी आमको गोटे विश्वास देलानी गोटे आशा देलानी that there is light at the end of the tunnel no tunnel is sealed and no tunnel is dark से पेशेंस रहिले टनल शेषे से लाइट अच्छी एवं आमे मध्य से लाइट आजी ओडिसा रो जनजीवन रे आमे देखिबा को पाउछु
I'm sure I'm a samasthanka adu there will be that reassurance that this effort will not go in vain I'm sure it will go to and I think can I promise him on all our behalf that this will show results will show multiplied results yes okay what a quick question before we move to Richard Dada you know kichi janaka bhitere there must be this question ki apan to print media run korchandi dita khabar kagaj multiple editions Dharitri Odisha Post and we know that around 14% of global deforestation happens because of the paper industry around statistics kochi 400 ru 800 koti gacha pratek barsha kata jauchi for the paper industry so do you think that the role that media has because last conclave re apan kahithile that media has a big role in you know creating awareness about environmental issues so do you at some stage feel that no you would like to go digital that you know do you feel guilty about it or do you think that all said and done I think the role and what you see you are being able to do through Dharitri and Odisha Post in trying to reach people across the digital divide you know in the nooks and corners of the state and bringing these issues awareness about these issues debates about these issues you think it is more than worth it
एटी सुजित बाबू जहाँ कहले आपण बुझी पारुथिबे से पचारे जे तुम्हें एडा बड़ बड़ कथा कहूच एनवायरनमेंट परिवेश अमुक समुक तुम्हें तो निज खबर कागज छापुच जंगल काटिकी गछ हाणिकी से कागज तैयारी करुच सो जहाँ जमी कहले कौन कहबी सी तो मॉडरेटर तो गोटे मात्र आई एम जस्ट वन ऑफ दी फेलो सिटिंग वेरी फार फ्रॉम हिम द फर्देस्ट अवे पॉसिबल फ्रॉम हिम and how can I protect the whole print industry? Sujit Babu has duly embarrassed my situation now. Yes, we are all aware that newspapers are a great source of damage to forests, and today we are also proud that we have amongst us what atonement शब्द अछि जोटाको मु टिके कहबी we have amongst us a great personality, Mr. Jadav Payeng, जहाँ को भारत वर्ष सारा the forest man भावरे टिके ताली मारतु. So अनेक समय रे कौन हुए पापर प्रायश्चित करिवा को पड़े. So आपण जदि किछि गोटे भूल काम कले हेतु संगे संग मंदिर को दौड़िबे कि मस्जिद को दौड़िबे कि जो संडे मास को जिबे कि सेठी जाई करी आपण ओन अप करिवे ठाकुर को कहिबे जे ठाकुर मु भूल कर देली मते क्षमा कर दियो. सेमती आमे भी देखुचु दी पटरे जे आमे भी गोटे भूल करूचु. खबर कागज इंडस्ट्री निश्चित भाव रे परिवेश को क्षति करूची. सेति पाई कि आज पृथ्वी सारा अनेक देश रे कनाडा भली देश बांग्लादेश एमाने न्यूज प्रिंट तैयारी करिबा बंद कर देलेनी. किंतु आश्चर्यर कथा होची जे भारत वर्ष रे एबे प्राय प्रत्येक 2 मास 3 मास रे गुटिए गुटिए नुआ कागज कल सृष्टि होउची. राजस्थान भली राज्य रे मध्य एबे निकट रे 6 मास तळे गुटिए कागज कल वन पेपर इंडस्ट्री हैज कम अप व्हिच इज प्रोड्यूसिंग पेपर. राजस्थान भावंतु जोटी किछि गछ पछ नाही हम ओडिसा रु तो जा हबा कथा समस्त सेटको अंगे निभौछंती. आमे we are also aware that digital media, whether we like it or not, digital media is not slowly but very quickly encroaching the field of print journalism, and we think that in another 7 to 10 years there will probably be no hard copy newspaper available. You will have newspapers, you will be able to read newspapers, but everything will be in the soft copy because there will be no paper. It is not that journalism will die, but there will be no paper. So seta ame chahun ki no chahun, whether we are willing collaborators and say process ko hasten kariba ki collaborate no kari delay kariba, that is up to us. डिले कले आम निजे सफा हो जो जिते जल्दी आम ट्रांजिशन करि परिबा डिजिटल वर्ल्ड को आम बंचीबार स्कोपटा सेतिके अधिक अच्छी. बट येस लाइक इट और नॉट दैट प्रोसेस हैज स्टार्टेड वेरी विगरसली. आमर एटी भी से चेंजटा हब ही हब, एटा को कहीं रोकी पारिबे नहीं. किंतु सुजित बाबू जो कहले आपण मानक पचारे जे ब्रेकफास्ट खाई कि नहीं, मते सीए ब्रेकफास्ट खाई ना से मते रागिकी एटा पचारे. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir. Of course, I must thank you that Odisha Post is open. You know, one of the, I think the only English newspaper Odisha which one can access online without a subscription. So thank you very much, and I must thank you for Dharitri and Odisha Post that it is still independent. Ambani Adani nahi nahanti poranta, and I hope and pray ki sira kebe habani. But I'll just add one thing. If I look back at my own environmental consciousness, it has happened because of reading in the newspapers. And it started with reading about the Chilika Bachao Andolan, about the olive ridley turtles, the graveyard on the beaches of Odisha. So say through here, and I think there's a lot of research that talks about that, ki how media actually, by creating environmental heroes, you know, heroes that, you know, I have been reading about so many young people. In fact, because of these conclaves, I have got to know the work of so many wonderful young people, not just as a jury, but just, and the way you have covered them. So a big thank you from all of us for creating heroes for us, not creating heroes, but at least getting us to know about the heroic work done by many people and allowing us to be inspired. Thank you very much. Now, talking about the role of media, we cannot have a better person. Matte se whistle kari asini. If you can whistle, you can whistle. I'm sure sir would love it. Mu jalekha khaichi. Okay. Talking about the role of media. Yeah. Thank you. Oh. Okay. So you know that you are going to have a specific interaction with Mr. Sonu Sood soon after the panel discussion is over. But that means that the panel discussion has to be over, you know, for you to have the discussion with him. So yes, I would urge you not to disturb the proceedings so that we can finish the panel discussion and you can have your interaction with him later. Yes, I was just saying that when we are talking about the issue of media covering environmental issues, we have the managing editor of Down to Earth magazine, you know, a magazine for which there's still no alternative in India, which is iconic for its coverage of environmental issues. Richard Dada is here, Richard Mahapatra. A big hand for him again, please. You know, Down to Earth magazine was started in 1992. And when it was started, the first editorial said that the reason for starting it was to fill a critical information gap, which was not covered by mainstream media. That was the reason, because that time there was a perception or there was a perceived need that mainstream media is not covering all these big environmental issues from the field, and we needed a separate magazine to do that. But in the 23rd anniversary issue in 2015, your editorial, Richard Dada, which you wrote along with Sunita Narayan, you said that the world has changed since then. Now mainstream media has taken up environmental issues. The Dharitris have come in and they are doing what you were doing earlier. It is now 8 years since then. Now we have the explosion of social media. So in today's context, I would like you to begin by talking about what role do you see as the role of media like Dharitri and Odisha Post, and the role that each of us here can do as a social media content creator.
Thank you, Sujit Babu. Greetings, and yes, if you go back to 1992 and before that, Dharitri also. Dharitri is 50 years, and if you look at it, the world started talking about environmental challenges precisely with the Stockholm conferences. That's in the 1972. And so Dharitri, the planet, and 50 years are really critical time period to look at it. And just before answering your questions, here if you look at it, the climate change, if you just focus on it's I think in 4 years. Earlier we used to call it climate change. Within a year we started climate crisis, and now we call it climate emergency. So environmental challenge or environment is no more, if you look at it, a upstream or a reserved for a disaster kind of issue. Rather, it's very foundational, because climate is everything, and if climate changes, everything changes. Just to give you an example of Odisha itself, if you count the economic losses of the last 50 years disasters and count it down to per capita economic losses, that will be similar to the per capita income of an ODR now. And this is the kind of things. Now, in this context, what happens? How the media is reporting actually. You are right, when 1992 Down to Earth was started, very much it remains, it was the only magazine at that point of time. It's still the only magazines, even now also. But there is, all the media is catching up. Definitely reporting environmental things like never before. And that's a reflection that how mainstream is the issue now. Now coming to how the media is looking at environmental issues. For example, climate change. Whenever there is a big disaster, say in a cyclone in Odisha or in the Bay of Bengal, we report. If there is an extreme rainfall event, a flood, we do report. If there is a drought, we do report. But yes, those kind of reportage bring in crisis itself. But what it doesn't tell you is basically is that why these are the things happening. So that's precisely what we are missing in. Now, for example, take it. I think you have a crowd which looks very young. I think most of you are below 20 years, 25 years. I think below 20. So just to tell you, you are a generation which have never experienced a normal climate in your lifetime till now. 480 months consecutive. There is not a single month which has reported normal temperature. It's always above the normal. So you don't know what is a normal situation, normal climate. Similarly, if in the last 50 years you have counted 48 disasters in your life in Odisha, and in 20 years 17 disasters. Actually, you take it as a normal, and that's for us also, and the media to actually get back and to report it by joining the dots. That's precisely not happening. How climate change impacts people's life, how environmental degradations impacts people's life. The same drought, the same, the per capita economic loss due to disaster is similar to our per capita income in Odisha. That's a bigger story that has to be told. Yes, the media definitely has caught up, but it has a more bigger role to actually make the environmental reporting relevant to people and to their lives. That's where.
Just the other part about what young people can do using social media to create greater awareness, because now each of them is a media content creator.
Yes, now I think social media giving you, Facebook is the second biggest republic population wise, and very soon it might be, I think, overtake the population of China also. Similarly X, similarly Insta and everything. So what happening is, each of us is a reporter, a writer, a photographer, and have a great platform to do this. So I think the good thing about the social media, besides the other things, is that the capacity to communicate. And no newspaper can reach to 2 billion people in just like that, but that platform has that reach. So what you do? As I told you, you are a abnormal or new normal generation who don't know exactly or don't have the experience to live in you don't know actually what is normal with this planet. Many of the book must have heard about 6 seasons, but you live only 2 seasons primarily. So what you can do? Messaging. The message of environmental crisis or the climate emergency and how it impacts your life. One is that's pure messaging and to create an awareness. Remember, recently we the largest opinion poll among the youth in the world. And what it came? 70% of the youth believe that there is an emergency. Environmental emergency or the climate emergency. Second, there is a belief that most of 50% youth voted to say that suffer from a disease called eco-anxiety. They are not happy. They are sad. Eco-anxiety might be recognized as a medical condition very soon, just like we recently recognized loneliness as a medical conditions, and you have an international gathering. So what youth can do? Messaging. The second is that the stories about changes, stories about solutions being brought in. And those stories are not always done, these stories are done basically straight away. A farmer in a drought-stricken area taking up water conservation is the biggest climate change story. That's probably the biggest climate change solution story. Similarly, changing a bit of lifestyle. As we all know, climate change, its history, how it caused and all these things, our lifestyle is precisely responsible for that. Those stories also need to be told. And also building up a global, surge in concern. That's where you actually participate. So your social media postings, however you interact in the public things, that should be more towards bringing basically the positive message out of in this crisis, besides bringing in the impacts of the crisis also, and using it to build up a very informed public opinion about it. And that's the only way youth can be also involved.
In fact, you have a wonderful opportunity today. I would request all of you, I'm sure you are planning to do that during the lunchtime, get your selfies with all our environmental heroes here. That is Jadav Payangji. We have young environmental heroes who are going to be felicitated. The Dharitri Climate Grant and awards are going to be given. So take photos, share their stories. Let us all, aspire to have a world in which there are many more thousands of such environmental heroes. I think we can do that definitely. Are we going to do that? Very good. A quick question, Richard Dada, before I move to the others. You have, Tathagat sir talked about it, how, all these years we have been disaster prone. You've also written about it, and how you quoted Badryanath Mishra saying that, Odisha has been so poor because of all these constant disasters. But now we are at a situation where the mining royalty in 2021-22 was 50,000 crores, whereas only 5 years back it was less than 5,000 crores. So Odisha is one of the few states to have a climate budget in every department, right? How do we, sometimes when we think about individuals, if I print this on one-sided printed paper, okay, or I decide to use a two-wheeler, I may tend to think that what these small actions are going to ultimately do. We have big actions, happening at a state level, industry level, they are really causing, we always pass the buck to others. India passes the buck to the West. We pass the buck to government and industries. So in such a situation, you have talked about, the Odisha shows the way, whether it is heat waves, whether it is, the mode of survival. So very quick response to how do you see this? Do you think individual actions matter? Or do you think these are two overwhelming situations?
See, can I just take 1 minute to put it in context, these conjunctions? The climate change, what causes the climate change? It's due to, remember, the current climate change we are talking about is human-induced. The planet naturally goes through climate changes. But the climate change, the emergency we are talking about, it's done by humans. Human is just one species. It took 122 years to change the natural climate. Who are these people who caused this? It just started with the industrial revolutions. The rich countries, the wealthy economies were the first one to actually pump in carbon dioxides, and then the climate change happened. So the climate change debate has always a who consumes and who suffers. Climate change impacts everybody. Everybody is a victim, but not everybody is the culprit. The rich countries were the historical culprits. You can say the Americans of the world. Now, if you compare to the poor countries, developing countries, our emission is not that high. Now, coming into a country like India, we have American Indians, highly unequal society. 3% of India's richest actually emit close to 60% of the emissions. So we have these American Indians also. Why I'm talking about is that what matters? Very small individual level, initiatives. because we all make this society, and ultimately that's things. So it brings down to that what exactly you want to have to do and adapt so that the emission comes down and the warming comes down and the climate change can be caught. But never be under the illusion that climate change can stop now. It will not stop, whatever you do. It's only that how you adapt. As you spoke in the earlier also, the making a forest, creating a water harvesting structures, but most importantly, crafting a life that has less carbon. I think that's where your individuals and lifestyle options that you treat it.
Thank you very much. I'm sure each of us who is attending this today will definitely be conscious about our own footprints and try to do whatever changes is possible at our end, not just wait for others. So that's something, of course, we'll come back to. But whenever I feel intimidated, about the scale of the problem, about the magnitude of the problem that, okay, 1.5 degrees, above pre-industrial levels, what can I do to, stop that? I read stories of environmental heroes like Sneha Shahi, and I feel, what can I not do? So Sneha is a big hand for Sneha, please. The youngest person in our panel here. She is a military kid. When I read that she's a military kid, I thought, why is she not into modeling and cinema? Why didn't she join Sonu Sood? Why is she dirtying her hands, cleaning up ponds? But then I read her story and it's very interesting. She writes that she was also a very angry teenager, frustrated that, we are not doing enough for the environment. But then, did she just crib or did she do something about it? I was very inspired when I read that how when she was a student in the university, a master's student, I think most of you here are from colleges, so very relatable situation. So Sneha just took up, something in the backyard, a pond, a river, a rivulet rather, which everyone thought was a nala, and then started, cleaning it. And she mobilized hundreds of volunteers, about 300 volunteers. Now my question to you, Sneha, is, how and why did you decide to act on it? What made you think that you can actually make a difference and not be overwhelmed with all your anger and frustration?
Hi, thank you Dharitri for the platform and Odisha Post. So yeah, I was a very frustrated teenager. I had the opportunity, because I'm a military kid, to travel a lot of places in India. My summer holidays used to be in Assam, where my dad was posted. And we were in this place called Mausinram. It's one of the rainiest places now, after Cherrapunji. And
the cleanest village also.
And the cleanest village. And yet, people don't have access to water at home. They have to walk to the communal taps, get water, come back. And even in the camp that we were staying, in the Air Force camp we were staying, no matter which elevation we went, we had to go in the defense camp. We had to go and collect water and bring it back to our quarters. So a place with so much rain and yet no water to drink, all of this fresh water and still...
Sounds like Coleridge, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Exactly, and that's generally the case with oceans because we cannot directly consume. But here it's fresh water and we still can't do it. So then I realized it's an infrastructure and, administration issue. So that made me start to blame, the state is not doing properly. The policies are not bent to benefit people more, but bent to benefit industries more. So those things happened, and then I joined my studies in environmental sciences. We had subjects starting from ecology, zoology, botany, management, physics, you name a subject and we had it. So the power that the subject like environmental studies and sciences gives you, it equips you with knowledge of all of these subjects. And then you have the flexibility to pick which one you feel most connected to and work on it. So I looked at plastics. It did start alone as an individual action. At home, I'm blessed that everyone at my house also is very aware of these situations. And my aunt has won the Vipro Earthian Award several times because she teaches school children how to do it. So I grew up with so much inspiration around me. In my bachelor's second
You
year...
never had any doubt that you could do anything?
No, I knew it. But I did not know how. And I feel that's where most of the young people stop doing it, because they do cleanups, they do participate in all these activities like such conclaves, but then they don't have the pathway to go ahead and scale up their work. And I think that's where we are lagging. So because I had the study, the education that taught me how to do it, and I had role models like Sunita Narayan. I attended a talk by her, I was talking to Richard earlier, in my BSc second year. And I knew that environmental issues need to be highlighted, I did not know how. And what Down to Earth does is, which makes it different than other environmental magazines, is it's science and data-driven data. All of it represented to people in a way they would understand, and not like a research paper which everyone finds very boring or monotonous. So then, keeping one leg in science, I'm still a scientist, I'm pursuing my PhD, and one leg on the activism front, I went ahead with plastic tide turners. Started with two of us, me and my friend. We became a team of 7 in a week. We became a team of 15 in 2 months. We became a team of 300 in 4 months.
Wow.
And we kept going. So this beautiful Nala, yes, I call Nalas beautiful because I feel whenever we are talking about curbing ocean and plastic pollution, Nalas are where you have to start. They are the first point of contact for plastic and all the kind of waste that goes into our oceans. So all these Nalas, all of them, by the way, look the same. All of the rivers today look the same. I could click a picture of Tamraparni, Arun knows, and it would look similar to a situation maybe in, Brahmaputra. It will all look the same. So you have all these issues sadly in your own backyard. So I think you should start there. And it is overwhelming. And then you have to take a step back, take a deep breath, and if you have a wonderful team by your side like I had, I think that individual action can grow up to local action. And when it comes to tell people why you're doing what you're doing, for us also, it was actually newspapers that helped us. Because we were doing it through
So don't worry,
Instagram.
we are reassuring you.
We were definitely doing it through Instagram and Facebook, telling people, but to reach to the most important stakeholders, which were the locals, it was the local newspapers in Gujarati, which helped us. And from the newspaper, it went to Times of India. Down to Earth did cover all of our work. And then it went to, global platforms like UNEP. So it started with radio and newspapers because that's how you reach more people. And through school and college children. And now there's a big team working on different things, different issues. I have moved on, but I believe in circular leadership. So I trained my juniors. So when I moved on to other things, they continued to do it.
In fact, that's a great thing that she said, that we'll also come to when we discuss with Arun, that we just need to start with the backyard. We don't have to think, beyond. I don't have to sitting here. I don't have to think about Satabhaya or whatever. I can just start with, my own backyard. And I really hope, like she said today, that there was a talk by Sunita Narayan that really inspired her and had a big trigger in her life. I hope if some of you get your trigger at the Dharitri Conclave today or in the previous editions, do tell us about it. Do tag Dharitri Youth Conclave in your posts and talk about it, and it'll be really reassuring, I'm sure, to all of us associated that this conclave impacted you the way Sunita Narayan's talk impacted Sneha. Just a quick response, Sneha. Do you think in 2018 we had the Greta Thunberg movement? Do you think that kind of helped, you in mobilizing young people fast, that suddenly young people felt empowered that yes, we can do things? Because normally, I find it a problematic when we tell bache, tum bade hoke bada kaam karoge. So do you think it's now young people feel more empowered, feel that they can do things better?
Definitely. I think all of us right now here stand on the shoulders of giants like Jane Goodall, Greta Thunberg and all these people. They did pave the way for all of us to become more vocal and mobilized us in a way that they didn't realize. And if we could do it here for these kids, that will be, our part for the future. And as we continue to do our work, I saw that there were always new ideas. I am the youngest in this panel, but I have people who I work with who are like 6 years, 7 years younger to me, who have even more wonderful ideas, even more enthusiasm and zeal than I have. And that makes me very hopeful for the future.
Great. And I am very hopeful seeing all these young people here and looking forward to hear their ideas as well. We'll move to Arun. Arun started out very early like Sneha. You know, as a teenager, he has talked about it. Of course, he was there last year. Those of you who were there must have heard him. You know, as a teenager, he was bothered by, again, a pond that was near his house, which was slowly changing shape, you know, became dirty. But then, again, at the age of 20, he gathered his friends, neighbors, whatever is possible, you know, and started cleaning up. And then at the age of 21, he joined Google, at the same time started the Environmentalist Foundation of India and grown from there. You know, Arun, my first quick question would be, I read somewhere, which was probably written a few years back, where it described you as describing yourself that you are, 164 lakes old. How old are you now?
So, first of all, congratulations, Dharitri, because 50 years is not an easy task. And to be the voice of Odisha, especially, don't clap, yes? Don't clap. Listen carefully first. For 50 years to be the voice of Odisha and then continuously to voice nature is tough, because communicating about environment is very boring, right? Right when the panel was happening, we still needed a social figure from the entertainment industry to gather all your attention, right? That is where, as the young of the present age, you need to ask yourselves a question: how are we going to use platforms like such as this youth conclave, and how are we going to make Dharitri our own? And for the next 50 years, we set forward an agenda. We were 164 lakes old. Today, we are almost 470 lakes old.
A big hand.
No, please. I'll tell you why. Because there's no point applauding for all of this, for the kind of damages we're doing to this planet. Bunch of us doing something should never be celebrated. For the simple reason, again, being, we here have a platform, right? And my only request to every young person in this hall, somewhere deep within, use this as an opportunity. There is an established editorial which is 50 years old. You have the leadership here, and they're willing to now invest in you, through you, into Odisha's environment. What are you going to do? I'm so sorry, I don't know Odia, otherwise I would just speak this out in Odia. If my English is fast and confusing, pardon me for that. My only request, young dear friends, somewhere in the nooks and corner of this beautiful state, there is an environmental issue. And that environmental issue can be resolved only through field participation. And that field participation needs this kind of a coming together of people. Yes? And for that field participation, let's use the whole day. Let's use the whole day, right? Let's discuss, let's negotiate, let's deliberate. Outside, in the corridors, when we are having lunch, let's use this opportunity to think about the elephants of Odisha, water of Odisha, trees of Odisha. Every nook and corner of this beautiful state somewhere needs our participation. And every year when we meet back in this very youth conclave, we just keep ticking those check boxes. How much did we get done from the 49th year to the 50th year, 50th year to the 51st year? And when we celebrate, I don't know if I'm going to be around, when Dharitri celebrates 100 years, there should be a movement which talks about, you know, what was born in the 50th year of Dharitri's celebration. These many young people came together. You're 20, you have solid 50 years. By the time you're 70, how much of this damage, by adapting to the changes, how much of this damage can we limit? And how are we going to walk out through these doors as responsible young Indians who care for the planet through their action? And that would translate not 164, 464, it can even go up to 4,000 water bodies. It's collective action that's needed, and there's no one man, one woman, one hero who can do this. What India and her culture has always taught, together we get things done. The Rath at Puri doesn't just run on its own. Only when the collective energy of all of us in that whole spiritual mode pulls that rope, Jai Jagannath, it rolls down. That's what we have to do for for Odisha and her environment together under the umbrella of Dharitri for the next 50 years.
Very good, very emphatic words indeed. I think we have run out of time, but a quick question maybe to end. We have the elections coming up next year. Before the last elections in 2019, Richard Dada had written an article about, green would be the color of, that the political forces have to, follow. Now maybe, we have these people, we are talking about action at an individual level and working together. Now Arun, I'll start with you because you work on election study and research as your, as your livelihood. That's the work that you do. This is your passion. We have Tathagat sir, who has been, 4 times MP, an MLA before that. And we have, of course, Richard Dada, who has been engaging with this issue, who had made that forecast last time. How can we, together and with our multiplier effects, make climate change our environmental issues an election agenda?
The river, the lake, the pond, the tree, air quality, water, the quality of water, the protection of elephants, the protection of the hills, the proper conservation methodology, policies related to nature should be in our head when we choose a candidate whom we're going to vote for. If none of our candidates are speaking about it, as rightly mentioned, use social media. Don't blame, don't accuse anybody. Whoever be it, whichever party it is, ask them, why aren't you talking about air? Why aren't you talking about water? Why aren't you talking about the Mahanadi? Why aren't you talking about the sea turtles, the elephants? Ask these questions, start submitting your suggestions. All of us have great ideas. Our ideas cannot be amateur, they have to be well researched. Our today's solution cannot become tomorrow's problem. So read a lot, interact with as many people as possible, gain more knowledge. As you do that, you will have the right opportunities to actually draft petitions, policies for a new India. The strength of this great country is her democracy. Whoever we are, wherever we are, we can say and do whatever we want, and still India supports the idea of this chaos. Amidst this chaos, there is certain stability with which we are growing strong, and the growth of this nation depends on every single one of us. Take this responsibility just before going and voting. Think about which candidate spoke about all of this. If no candidate spoke about any of this, make the candidates speak about this. Let's make a new India. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much. Sneha, you would like to respond?
So I interact very less with the politics of things, but anytime we try to get things done, be it cleaning a river, be it asking for grants from the district administration and things like that, it does show that people with power, like the previous district collector of Tirunelveli, Mr. Vishnu, the zeal and the enthusiasm this powerful man had, because he was pushing for such green initiatives, and now the state has a Green Fellows program. So they've accepted that these things have to happen. But we also need to monitor if it's just schemes and things out there on social media, or if they're actually happening on ground. And I think we need more people to, help each other out to
Definitely,
run
this
action.
requires collaborative action, definitely. Richard Dada?
I think in a democracy there is nothing called apolitical, everything is political. Just look at the 5 elections that are taking place now. This time we are looking at parties are not giving you manifestos, rather they are releasing bunch of what they call guarantees. And we calculated around 2,700 guarantees given by all the contesting political parties. And out of the 2,700 guarantees, if you just make an analysis, close to 1,700 are related to environmental issues. If MSP, minimum support price for a crop, is very much an environmental promise. Because you are talking about, remember now currently India's the biggest threat to the agriculture is the erratic weather. And farmers are demanding. So, and this is how also basically in a democracy you interact. The politicians or the political process is not about electing people. your leaders, including you and I can see Siddhant ji also there, and you all are elected for a consent for us things. And this consent we give it by raising our issues and extracting things. And if it's politically, if it's not being discussed or not being raised, then we will have business as usual or climate insensitive policies and programs to chip in. For example, water conservation, revival of ponds and tanks. Similarly, making actually giving a legal backup to the minimum support price. These are all actually come under the climate resilient programs or how to adapt it. You know, if the climate makes more drought, extreme rainfall, so what do you do? Just look at the Indian desert. That is, the Indian desert has the highest population in the world for any desert. It hardly rains few centimeters in a year. But people they have never been evacuated. What they did? They conserved water accordingly to their need. And that's precisely how you are going to do this. If these things are not being spoken about and these things are not being actually taken up by the future constituency, that's the youth, there will be no political response to it. And political response is basically the policies, programs that the government will bring in. And I can come back to that point that if you just go by the last 17, not exactly 17, 25 elections, assembly and the general elections also, who voted the most age-wise? Actually, the worst voters were in the age group, my age group, that's 54 plus. Second largest was actually the 18 plus. And if you just look at how successful this have been and has brought in changes, look at this year was really bad for the Himalayan states, for the whole country also. So a campaign started called No Means No. It's nothing to do with the sexual harassments and these things. It's to do with that in Himachal Pradesh, communities started saying we don't want dams. And then they say when we say no, we mean no. Then it started in Uttarakhand also, which is again impacted. Now look at it. Now all the dams, all the road widening, all the other things are being reviewed. So these are also environmentalism and it will have a certain, now if you look at the way political parties now behave in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, they have started actually promising we will look the environment at the core. The development model will look at that way. So being in a democracy, I think everything is political. Being the most vociferous voters, that's the youth, 18 plus, I think you have the biggest responsibility to actually drive and to make these green issues the focus of seeking votes and government.
Of course. Thank you. Tathagat sir, last words.
Thank you, Sujit Babu, and thank you, Richard Babu. Richard Babu गोटे कथा कहले पॉलिटिक्स को इंट्रोड्यूस कले मु भी सेटा धीरे धीरे देखिलिनी एबे दिवाली गला ता पर दिन 13 तारिख बोधे दिवाली थिला मु कहूची 15 तारिख सकाळ खबर कागज खोलला बेलकू the AQI air quality index I was very surprised.
Bhubaneswar number 2
again
Bhubaneswar second worst in the country.
Yes, Bhubaneswar Delhi pore on par with Delhi was Begusarai in Bihar and Bhubaneswar in Odisha, which had the worst air quality index figures in this whole country. या पछरे मु किछि लोकन संगे कथा हेली मु किछि लोकन जो मान को चिन्हिछि भुवनेश्वर I talked to them. I said what did you do in Diwali? And they were very excited. अरे आमे हिंदू आमे बाणो फुटेइलु.
Yes.
So, somehow, politics has crept into religion, and religion has always been there in politics, and therefore, to subvert or to pervert the issue, we are bringing in various excuses, and it is a very deadly trend. जो secular word से secular word रो जन्म होइथिला that state and religion will stay separate. It has nothing to do with जे मु मुसलमान मते हिंदू टॉलरेट करू कि सीए हिंदू सी क्रिश्चियन को टॉलरेट करू सेडा सब बाजे कथा सेथर किछि सेटा माने नोता माने होछि सरकारी कार्य सहित धर्मर किछि संपर्क रहिबो नै ता माने आपण जदी जने वीडियो की कलेक्टर आपण को रूम रे आपण गुटे बड्डो गुटे रामंकर छवि लगेई परिबेनी कि गोटे मेडिनार गोटे से जो मंदिर से जो गंबुजर फोटो लगे पारिबेनी लगेबा कथा नुह यहाँ हूँ गोटे साधारण चिंताधारा किंतु आमे जो भली भाव रे आमर धर्म को प्रमाण करने को जाइकरी आमे परिवेश को डैमेज करने को आरंभ कलुनी एतिपाई मध्य मु भाबुची जे ओडिशार युवशक्ति सचेतन हेलेनी एवं हेबे मध्य जे धर्मटा मोर आभ्यंतरीण कथा इट इज माय पर्सनल बिलीफ व्हाट आई वांट टू से एटी बोधे देयर विल बी नोबडी हियर जे सत्यरे वास्तव रे कहिदब दैट व्हेन आई वोक अप टुडे एंड आई प्रेड टू द deity or the almighty or to nature I asked for such and such thing आपण कहि परिबे आज आपण ठाकुर को जतोले प्रार्थना करले आपण कोन मागिले आमे कहूना काहाकू काई कहूना आमे कहूना कारण सेटा गोटे अत्यंत व्यक्तिगत जिनस सेटा मो भीतरर जिनस सेही भली भाबरे आमे जतोले बाणोटे फुटौचे pollution करूचे with firecrackers do we ever sit back or stand back and look and think that when Lord Rama came back from defeating one of the greatest intellectual brains of the time who had studied a lot, who was a very erudite person, and he slaughtered him just because he was from the south of India and this Lord was from the north of India. Do we ever stand back and think जे से समय रे गन पाउडर थिला राम जेतबेले फेरिले जेतबेले दिवाली समस्ते पालन कले एबे तो ओडिसा रे पालन कोनांती मनौची बोली कहउछंती जेतबेले पालन कले सेतबेले के भाबिले कि जे गन पाउडर थिला कि बाण तयारी कोठी होतला भारत वर्ष रे बाबर आसीबा पूर्वरु आमे गन पाउडर जानि नथिलु that is recorded history this is mythology आमे तो हिस्ट्री माइथोलॉजी भीतर भी differentiate करि परनु एले so there is a dangerous trend of blurring the border lines and bringing in things which will eventually be so difficult जे आमर एई जो पिला माने एठी बसी छंती एमाने जेतबेले 30 40 45 वर्ष हेबे एमानंकु निश्वास नबाकू कष्ट हबो पानी पीबाकू कष्ट हबो थैंक यू
Thank you, sir. Upon जोड़ा कहले, I was also very shocked जितने बड़े मुझे सेटा पढ़ी ली. In fact, there was another article, Blackstone, which the government had contested, which said that 4 of the 10 most polluted places in the country were in Odisha. So kinda tu आरंभ करी. But anyway, so I think the important thing, and that is a future that we have to dread. I think the biggest advantage amara achi that we have this huge population of young people 80, and apna mane jani chanti that all political parties are most interested in you. Jemti Richard Dada kahile ki because you are a big voting segment, pila mane you are 1/3 of the population, pila mane to vote koru nahanti. So if your votes matter, Jemti Arun kahile, and not just wait for the election day to vote for those people, start making noise now. And we talk not about the glaciers melting, but issues in our own backyard. Amara said how it is affecting amma manakara health, amma manakara life, because the future, you know, Richard Dada is in his 50s now, sir 18, I am in my late 40s, 100. But then most of you are going to be there. If you are going to be there for want to have an active life for the next 50 years, How are those 50 years going to be? Can we start with this election? We have time now. I stop here with all hope and expectation from this great crowd here. And as Arun said, let's use this entire day to get inspired from each other, to discuss ideas, find ways, things that each of us can do. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much to our panelists for a lovely discussion, and I'm sure the youth, our friends here, have gained a lot from the panel. Have you? Yes? Yeah, okay. So we would love to continue with it, but you know who is about to come to you. And Sujit Mahapatra sir, Prathamru Koile, the panel discussion has to end. Setavale hi amara favorite star. Amo pakku ko asi paribe, ame tango sahita interact kari pariba. Well, now we would like to felicitate, greet and honor our panelists for being a part of Dharitri's Youth Conclave on the 50th anniversary today. First of all, I would request our moderator, Shri Sujit Mahapatra, to felicitate our panelists, please. To felicitate Mr. Richard Mahapatra first. Thank you, Mr. Mahapatra, for being our panelist. You have been wonderful. Thank you for your presence. And here is something special from our family. I would request Mr. Mahapatra to felicitate Ms. Sneha Shahi on the stage. She shared her lovely insight, and it's so nice to know that even 6-7-year-old kids are with her who are working for the environment. Please keep continuing working for us, for our environment as well, and thank you for being our panelist. Let us felicitate our panelist, Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy, everyone. Shared his insights with all of us. Our wishes and greetings are with you. All the very best. We hope you continue to lead us in the beautiful way that you are already doing. Thank you for being a part of the family. And of course, I would request Mr. Mahapatra to present an Uttariya to Shri Tathagat Satpathy. Yes, sir, but before that, we have a Uttariya for you as well. Please, Riya. You are our panelist. Mr. Richard is also joining. Yes. This is for the lovely member of our family, Mr. Tathagat Satpathy. Thank you for organizing such a conclave. And now it's time for the felicitation of our moderator himself. I would invite Mr. Tathagat Satpathy, sir, to felicitate, greet and honor Mr. Sujit Mahapatra for moderating so nicely, so beautifully. And for ending his thing. Many, many wishes to you, and thank you so much for being an important part of our Dharitri family. This is something special. Thank you so much to you, lady and all the gentlemen. Here we end the panel discussion, Climate Change, A Path Ahead. We hope we can continue with the path ahead. We continue to have more solutions in the future as well, as into how to help our climate and take our steps to go to the next level. Thank you so much once again. Please head to our seats. And now, Dharitri परिवार रो 50 वर्ष रे पदार्पण करिछे जेतबेले आमे धरित्री परिवार को नेकी गोटे छोटो वीडियो प्रस्तुत करिछु 50 वर्ष पर्यंत हम यात्रा केमिति रही आज जाए ताहा आमे आपन को आगे रखिबु आ तापरे अछि सेही स्पेशल समय जहा पे आपण माने अपेक्षा करी रही छंती वर्तमान धरित्री रो ई 50 वर्ष रो यात्रा ऊपर आसंद नजर पकेबा प्लीज प्ले द वीडियो
Dharitri, a saga of 50 golden years. A new chapter heralded in the history of Odisha's print media, November 24, 1974, when Dharitri was born on the pious attainment day of Sri Aurobindo. Drawing inspiration from the lofty ideals of renowned literator Kalindi Charan Panigrahi and Odisha's only woman Chief Minister Nandini Satpathy, Dharitri rolled out of Samajwadi Society's stables. Ramnath Panda assumed charge as the first editor of the Common Man's Mouthpiece, followed by Devendra Satpathy in 1980. It was in 1986 when the newspaper witnessed a complete transformation after Tathagata Satpathy took over as editor. Offset printer replaced broadsheet letterpress, while news delivery assumed a new dimension with sharper editorials. The launch of Morning Edition in 1990 brought Dharitri a step closer to readers. With trend-setting features on myriad subjects, Dharitri has been able to hook its readers, especially youth. Weekly attractions like Pilanko Dharitri, Sahityana and Chutti Dino have gained cult following. Dharitri took a giant leap in 2011 with launch of English Daily, Odisha Post. With Dharitri.com and OrissaPost.com, it has maintained leadership streak in the digital arena. Web channels Dharitri Live and Odisha Post Live have garnered tremendous viewers' appreciation. Social satire series Babu Mahal on Dharitri Live has been a household choice. Dharitri has become a social movement over the years. As a responsible media house, it has been hosting Youth Conclave for creating awareness about environment and Business Eminence Awards to encourage entrepreneurship. Metal Meet has been a catalyst to quizzing spirit among students. Write-ups apart, Dharitri's environmental concerns are played out on the ground through restoration of water bodies. Dharitri has stepped into 50 with the unflinching love and trust of its numerous readers, with an unshakable foundation of impartial news presentation. Dharitri is committed to take forward its core values in the years to come.
That's beautiful, and that is Dharitri for all of you. That is you actually. आपण मानक जोगु धरित्री एठी पहुंची पारछि सेत पई समस्तंग सम्मान, समस्तंग भल पाइबा, अभिनंदन एवं धन्यवाद. वर्तमान सेही समय पई हम अपेक्षा करिचे जहांक पई आपण समस्त एठी सकाळु आसी की पहुंची आइछंती. आपण मन जदी हां कहिबे ताले तांको हमें सम्मान सहित पाछटी आनिबा. हां, are you ready to welcome the mega star into the hall? Can I get a louder cheer, ladies and gentlemen? Come on! All right, the moment we have been waiting for to welcome a true force of inspiration in our midst, who needs no introduction at all, a name that resides in the heart of every citizen of the country and beyond, from lighting up the silver screen with his talent to illuminating countless lives through his humanitarian efforts. The irony is, we have loved him as a villain on the silver screen, and the real life, ladies and gentlemen, he is a real hero. Ladies and gentlemen, let me have the privilege of welcoming our honorable guest, a beautiful part of the country and a guest of Dharitri and Odisha Post. 3, 2, 1, the dynamic Sonu Sood!
I was a professor. She always taught that, so ये कभी अपनी मुट्ठी खोल कर तो देख, शायद तेरी हाथ की लकीरों में किसी की जान बचाना लिखा हो.
On the stage, a dynamic actor, versatile personality, moreover, a social activist, everybody's favorite, Mr. Sonu Sood on the stage. Namaskar. A very, very good afternoon. Welcome to Odisha. Welcome to Dharitri Youth Conclave. 3 cheers for Mr. Sonu Sood. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! It will be a grand welcome for you, of course. We are so thankful you are here. And for your special welcome, let me have the privilege of welcoming on the stage. We do have with us the head of MGM Minerals, Mr. Pankaj Mohanty, the editor of Dharitri and Odisha Post, Shri Tathagat Satpathy, the CEO of Dharitri and Odisha Post, Madam Adyasha Satpathy. I would invite you all on the stage to welcome, greet, honor and felicitate the handsome hunk and the loveliest personality, Mr. Sonu Sood, on the stage. We shouldn't be able to stop clapping until it is done, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. He's such a special personality for all of us. And he is here to interact with all of us. That's the best part. Thank you so much. Mr. Mohanty, we thank you. Please have your seat, Mr. Mohanty. And Mr. Sonu Sood and Saran ma'am, please be with us on the stage. Yes. Mr. Sood, you can have your seat. Yes. So we have everything special planned for today, ladies and gentlemen. And to start with, Mr. Tathagat Satpathy is invited back again on the stage to announce something really special. Mr. Tathagat Satpathy, let's have you back on the stage for the special announcement. That is a Lifetime Achievement Award, sir. The time has come to greet a wonderful environmentalist on the stage of Dharitri Youth Conclave, sir.
I am honored, I am pleased to announce that Dharitri, the Lifetime Achievement Award for 2023, Mr. Jadav Paeng, the forest man of India. He is from Assam, but actually if you see today's world, he is universal. मैं जादव पायंग जी को रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा वो स्टेज पे आए एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट मिस्टर सोनू सूद टू प्लीज अवार्ड हिम द लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड
I would also request Mr. Satpathy to join in presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award for Mr. Jadav Paeng, everyone.
Jadav Paeng, also known as the Forest Man of India,
Adyasha ma'am is requested to
is
join,
recognized
please.
for his Herculean efforts in reforesting the entire Majuli island.
पेड़ पौधा लगाने के लिए कोई मदद नहीं करा है। गाय का दूध बिक के, बाफेलो का दूध बिक के में ये मैनेज करके ये चलता है।
Jadav, who hails from Assam, developed a deep connection with nature at an early age. However, after seeing the devastating impact of erosion and deforestation on Majuli Island, he started a never-ending endeavor of planting saplings in the area with his bare hands. His lifelong mission of 40 years resulted in the reforestation of more than 1,360 acres. The forest was later named as Molai Forest after his middle name.
कोई सम्मान देगा, कोई पैसा देगा, इसके लिए मैं नहीं बनाया। पेड़ पौधा जानवर पंछी के ऊपर मेरा प्यार है, इसके लिए कर सकता है।
He has won numerous accolades, including the prestigious Padma Shri Award for his unrelenting commitment to the environment. His exemplary life's mission shows that one person can make a profound difference in the fight against deforestation and climate degradation.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is overwhelming to think what this personality has achieved. We have with us the forest man of India, Shri Jada Payeng, the Padma Shri Jada Payeng, single-handedly conserving and doing the afforestation work in Assam, encompassing an impressive lush green area of about 1360 acres. That is the Molai forest. We are so proud to have you here, जादक पायेंग जी. आप आज हमारे पास हैं और आपका सम्मान करके हम खुद सम्मानित हैं, खुद गौरवान्वित हैं. इस परिवार से आपको तहे दिल से शुक्रिया और अभिनंदन है. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. अभी हम आपसे ये जानना जरूर चाहेंगे कि कैसे शुरुआत हुई, कैसे आपने सोचा, आइए प्लीज, कैसे आपने सोचा कि इस चीज की ओर आप बढ़ेंगे और क्या क्या हुई है आपकी जिंदगी में आज तक.
नमस्कार. धरित्री संगठन को मैं जितने भी परिवारों लोग को धन्यवाद देता हूँ. और माय डियर स्टूडेंट, मैं जो काम करा है दूसरा तो काम नहीं करा है. धर्म, राजनीति, अर्थनीति सबसे ऊपर प्रकृति. इसके बारे में राजनीति, अर्थनीति, धर्म नीति आधार से मैं प्रकृति के काम करा हूँ. मैं जो काम करा है, मेरा जो फॉरेस्ट है बहुत हिस्ट्रिकल एरिया. इंडिया के अंतिम लड़ाई ब्रिटिश और म्यांमार का मेरा फॉरेस्ट में हुआ था. मोहगढ़ सूची पर 1826 24 फरवरी में नॉर्थ ईस्ट वही दिन एक आसाम में वही दिन भी ब्रिटिश के अधीन गया था. मैं उधर ही जन्म हुआ था. मैं बचपन में दिखाया ढाका के कलकत्ता के सामान लेके जोरहाट कोकिलामुख बरगुप में जहाज घाट था. यही सामान लेके अपर आसाम के पहले रेलवे के स्टेशन जोरहाट जेपीआर है, सामान लेके अपर आसाम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. लेकिन 1965 तो ब्रह्मपुत्र नदी यूरोसोनो के 10 किलोमीटर ले गया. मैं हमारे गांव मोहगढ़ सूटी और जहाज घाट और रेलवे के लाइन 10 किलोमीटर जब लेके गया था. मैं जोरहाट जॉर्ज कोर्ट का पेशकार अनिल बरठाकुर के घर में रह के क्लास 3 तक उधर ही पढ़ा था. 90 नंग बालिगांव प्राथमिक विद्यालय जो पढ़ा था. उधर एक साइंटिस्ट है, एग्रीकल्चर साइंटिस्ट. लेकिन हम लोग का बचपन से सिखाया पेड़ पौधा लगाने से भी नहीं होगा, पेड़ पौधा लगा के प्रतिपालन करके बड़ा करने पड़ेगा. पेड़ का गुनागुण, पेड़ का नाम जाने पड़ेगा. ऐसे प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज देता है. वो दिन में उन लोग का गांव में पाना बा सुपारी तक जो पाना खा वो मेरा हाथ में जल्दी जल्दी होता है. इसके बारे में एक दिन वो साइंटिस्ट बुलाया, इधर आइए तुम्हारे हाथ देखिए. तब मेरे को बुलाया, यही काम करो, एक दिन आप विश्ववासी के लिए प्रेरणा है. आज 93 इयर्स हुआ. डॉक्टर जदुनाथ बेजबरुआ आज तक जिंदे रहता है. आज तक 93 इयर्स में मेरा फॉरेस्ट जाके वो देख रहता है. उसका अनुप्रेरणा बहुत है. वो करते करते 30 इयर्स में 550 हेक्टर ग्रीन हो गया. 30 इयर्स में जब रॉयल बंगाल टाइगर आ गया तो शताधिक डियर आ गया. डियर आने का रॉयल बंगाल टाइगर आ गया. रॉयल बंगाल टाइगर ने भालचार आ गया. राइनो आएगा. 150 एलिफेंट आया गया. एलिफेंट जब आया मेरा गांव वासी ने मेरा लिए बहुत खुश है. तो फॉरेस्ट बनाने में वो लोग आ गया. इसके बारे में वो लोग हजारों लोग मीटिंग करके आया था. वो पेड़ काटने से एलिफेंट नहीं है, मकान उखान नहीं टिकेगा. तो मेरे साथ आ गया. मेरे साथ आने के बाद मैं बोला पहले मेरे को काटो उसके बाद पेड़ काटो. मेरा पेड़ तो कोई मकान तोड़ नहीं दिया. आप लोग का मकान एलिफेंट ने तोड़ दिया. एलिफेंट के साथ फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट है, आप लोग का एमएलए भी है, एमपी भी है, चीफ मिनिस्टर भी आए, भारत का प्रधानमंत्री भी, वो लोग के साथ बातचीत कर पेड़ मत काटिए. मेरे बात सुन के लोग चला गया। चलने के बाद पत्रकार आ गया, पत्रकार आके फर्स्ट जब आ गया वही दिन 9 काऊ को टाइगर मार दिया, 3 राइनो है, 150 एलिफेंट है। मैं जाना कि वो पूछा है कि वो लोग को मारने के लिए आया था, आप लोग चला जाओ, यहाँ मत रुका, फॉरेस्ट में मैं अंदर मत जाओ। वो लोग पिछला दिन मकरकांति है, मकरकांति आके मेरे को एक दूसरा आसामीज गामूसा और सेलेंग चादर और 500 रुपया दे के बुलाया, आप बहुत अच्छी काम कराया, आपका साथ हम लोग है। वो आर्टिकल लिखने 2 साल लगा। 2008 तक 10 तक आर्टिकल जब निकाला, जीतू कलिता आसामीज दैनिक जन में निकाला, 2010 25 फरवरी में जब जनवरी में निकालने के बाद DY 365 दूरदर्शन और टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया आया। टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया आर्टिकल जब लिखा तो लिखने के बाद जवाहरलाल ने यूनिवर्सिटी ने धरित्री दिवस ने इन्वाइट करके 3 दिन 3 रात एनवायरमेंटल साइंटिस्टों लोग ने हर पेड़ का ऊपर, हर जानवर के ऊपर, हर पंछी का ऊपर अध्ययन करके रात 4-3 बजे में फॉरेस्ट मैन ऑफ इंडिया टाइटल दिया था JNU। उसके बारे में फिर 3 दिन के बाद आसाम आ गया। आसाम आने के बाद फिर बुलाया बॉम्बे चंद्र मुखानन हॉल में APJ अब्दुल कलाम सर, मेरा मुंह में हाथ दे के बुलाया, विश्व से सब अच्छी काम आप करा, इसके लिए आपको 60 kg डायमंड से 2.5 लाख रुपया चेक देता है, विश्ववासी के लिए कह जाओ, आपका सब्जेक्ट एंड स्कूल एंड कॉलेज यूनिवर्सिटी बड़ा बड़ा मीटिंग में मौत चाहिए, ये नहीं इंडिया में इन्वाइट करेगा जाने पड़ेगा, ऐसे ही नहीं ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड जब इन्वाइट करेगा आप जाने पड़ेगा। उसके बारे में 3 दिन के बाद जब उधर अवार्ड दिया, अवार्ड देने के बाद 3 दिन का इवेंट ग्लोबल कर पाए पेरिस से इन्वाइट करा, मेरा पासपोर्ट वीसा नहीं है, मैं कैसे जाऊंगा, मैं ईमेल में भेजा रहता है, आप जा नहीं सकता, डॉक्यूमेंट्स नहीं है। तब इवेंट से भारत सरकार को नोटिस दिया कि वो आदमी को हम लोग का जरूरत है, इसके बारे में आप लोग का पासपोर्ट वीसा कंप्लीट करके भारतीय प्रशासन बजा रहो। तब जोरहाट उपायुक्त जो कराया कमिश्नर ने सब करके देखा, बुलाया कि 2 दिन आगे जाओ कलकत्ता, 2 दिन आगे बढ़ो तो 2 दिन बंद है इंडिया। इसके बाद में 2 दिन का आगे गया था कलकत्ता, जब वीसा पासपोर्ट मिलने के बाद तब तो कोई दिन फ्लाइट में उठा नहीं, कोई भी बाहर जाने नहीं, डर लगता है। तब वो फ्लाइट में 450 सीट है, तब तो फीता मार के देखा तो फॉरेनर लोग वाइन्स बहुत पीता है। तब मैं तो डर लगता है, डर नहीं लगने के मैं कलकत्ता अरब का दहा तक 3 बोतल पी लिया, अरब का दहा तक स्विट्जरलैंड जेनीवा 2 बोतल पी के फ्रांस पहुंच गया। तब मेरे साथ जर्नलिस्ट गया जीतू कलिता, उसको बुलाया, देखिए पेड़ ने मेरे को कपड़ा पहनाया और पंछी ने 7 समुद्र 13 नदी पार करके सुरूज ने देश से सुरूज मारने देश से दूसरा के लिए नहीं ना, पेड़ के ऊपर, जानवर के ऊपर, पंछी के ऊपर करते हुए पिछला दिन जब इवेंट 195 देशों के साइंटिस्टों लोग घोषणा करा, आज समस्त विश्ववासी ने धरित्री को खत्म कर दिया। एक आदमी धरित्री के लिए पेड़ पौधा लगा के वो धरित्री बचा सकता है। इसके बाद में ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड बुक में मेरा आर्टिकल लिखने का, एक पौधा लगाने के लिए मेरे को ले गया। जब पौधा तो गाता में लगा दिया था, जितने भी धर्म का लोग है ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड तो थोड़ा थोड़ा मिट्टी दे के वो लोग उपासना का, धरित्री माँ को पेड़ बसाने के लिए सब लोग का ध्यान से अपना कोई डांस देता है, कोई गाना गाता है, ऐसे करके तो इतनी बारिश आ गया। बारिश आने के टाइम मेरा बहुत अंतर में खुशी है। तो आज से ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड अवेयरनेस हुआ था, वही दिन से आज 12 इयर्स धरित्री दिवस में हो जाएगा। तब मैं अवेयरनेस करने नहीं था, ये इंडिया में कर रहा है ऐसे नहीं, ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड अवेयरनेस कर रहा है। लेकिन मैं ऐसे ही सोचा है कि जो देख के मैं दिखाया, जो कोई देश में इवेंट ग्लोबल कॉन्फ्रेंस पेरिस इकोनॉमिकल फ्रॉम क्लाइमेट चेंज हेलिटन पेरिस, तब जाके दिखाया। तब मैं गया 2015 में गया था, तब 12 मिनट भाषण देने दिया था। तब मैं बुलाया, आप लोग का इकोनॉमी के ऊपर इतनी जरूरत है, 1 मिनट उसका बंद करो। ऑक्सीजन कितनी जरूरत है, ऑक्सीजन कौन देता है? पेड़ ने देता है। इसके बारे में 20,000 पीपल ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड 195 देशों ने अपन जिंदगी के लिए एक पौधा लगाओ। ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड 780 करोड़ पीपल एक पौधा लगाओ। तब धोती माँ को बचा, धोती माँ को बुखार हुआ था। बुखार जब कंप्लीट बुखार हो जाएगा तब कोई जिंदे नहीं रहेगा। तो मैं सोचा कि जितने भी धर्म का लोग है ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड, बड़ा बड़ा गिरजा, बड़ा बड़ा मस्जिद, बड़ा बड़ा मंदिर बनाया, भगवान को कौन दिखाया? उसका जवाब देने वाला कोई नहीं है, भगवान देखने वाला कोई नहीं है। तब भगवान कौन है? भगवान हम लोग जो दिखाया, जन्म सच्चे पिता माता ही भगवान है। अब पिता माता जब छोड़ के गया था, किसके साथ छोड़ के गया था? प्रकृति के साथ छोड़ के गया था। प्रकृति ने भगवान है। तब मेरे को उठाकर 1 किलोमीटर ले गया। और विश्व में ऐसे ही अन्य बाहर देशों ने मेरे लिए ज्यादा प्यार है, लेकिन इंडिया का बैलेंस है, पॉपुलेशन ज्यादा है, बैलेंस है। हम लोग का देश 140 करोड़ का आशीर्वाद है। इंडिया का बैलेंस इसी है। वो लोग इंडिया 5,500 साल आगे का पूरा पीना देश है, और वो लोग 1900 साल बाद कपड़ा पीना सिखाया। वो लोग का कपड़ा पीना ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड कब्जा कर लिया। कब्जा क्या करा है? वो प्रकृति को ध्वंस करा है, पेड़ पत्ता काट के उसे बर्बाद कर दिया है। इसके लिए विश्व सम्मेलन में दिखाया, एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम साहब मेरे को अवार्ड देने से भी नहीं बुलाया। वो इंडिया को बहुत ऊपर में छोड़ के गया था। इसके लिए ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड इंडिया के लिए डर लगता है, इंडिया के आदर्श लगता है। इस बारे में मैं दिखाया कि फर्स्ट 2014 जब एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर, केंद्रीय मंत्री, महाराष्ट्र गवर्नर, महाराष्ट्र चीफ मिनिस्टर, जब फर्स्ट महिला को इंजीनियर एमजे में है, और तो जितने भी वो तो अध्यक्षा भी महिला है। तब मेरे को अवार्ड देने के बोला, आज जैसे आप लोग का अवार्ड देने के लिए लेके गया। तब मैं बोल दिया था, जब तक भारतीय कला कृष्टि संस्कृति विकास नहीं होगा तब देश डेवलप नहीं होगा। और वो शिक्षा देने से क्लास 10 तक मातृभाषा से शिक्षा देने बुलाया, तब देश और हमारे देश डेवलप होगा, नहीं तो नहीं होगा। हमारे तो विश्व सन में दिखाया, कोई देश ने एजुकेशन सिस्टम ने धोती माँ को प्यार करने वाला एजुकेशन सिस्टम नहीं है। सर्टिफिकेट लेता है, मैं एक नौकरी करेगा, एक मकान बनेगा, एक कार किनेगा, दूसरा तो नहीं करा है। ये कोई वर्ल्ड में नहीं है। इसके बारे में ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड 800 करोड़ का जितने भी स्टूडेंट है, मेरा बेटा बेटी है, उसको धोती माँ को प्यार करने वाला सिखाने मेरा काम है। जब तक जिंदे लेगा स्टूडेंट के साथ, भारतीय प्रशासन के साथ रहकर मैं धोती माँ के लिए वो लोग को सिखाने। हम लोग गलती कर, स्टूडेंट सब गलती नहीं करा है। इसके बच्चों लोग के साथ रहकर जितने दिन जिंदे रहेगा, मेरा तो उम्र 65 हो गया, कितने दिन जिंदे रहेगा? तो जितने दिन जिंदे रहेगा वो लोग के साथ रहकर माँ धोती को लिए करने वाला मेरा काम है। ये हमारे इंडिया के एजुकेशन 2023 तक जब सेंस करा है, ये 24 डेज लगेगा। 24 डेज में जब वो बच्चों लोग एजुकेशन एंड भारतीय प्रशासन जो आ जाएगा, वो नया धरती बताएगा, वो तो ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड को उसको नेतृत्व देने पड़ेगा। ये आ रहा है। तो मैं देख रहा विश्व सन में 2-3 बार गया था। अभी नेक्स्ट दुबई में होगा, दुबई में जाके ये तो करने वाला। तो जब लॉकडाउन हो गया, लॉकडाउन में क्वीन एलिजाबेथ के अवार्ड दिया था 2020 11 अप्रैल में दिया था। तब पूरा कविता आ गया ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड। तब आने के टाइम पर, आसाम में आने के टाइम में मेरा थोड़ा किंचित किंचित बुखार हुआ था। तो मौसम चेंज से बुखार तो होने से ही, तब तक मेरे को बुलाया था, घर में बुलाया तो आप घर में मत आइए, तो कबीर लेके आया था। गांव में बोला तो गांव में मत रहिए, कबीर लेके आया था। तब मैं झोरा बांध के फॉरेस्ट में गया था। फॉरेस्ट में जाके दिखाया तो 3 राइनो 150 एलिफेंट है। तब काजीरंगा डीएफओ को बुलाया, सर लॉकडाउन तो वाइल्ड एनिमल सीना नहीं है, क्या करने पड़ेगा? ना आपको 7 एलिफेंट सफारी बजा देगा, 3 एलिफेंट सफारी बजाता हुआ रहेगा। मेरा 60 उम्र में भारतीय प्रसार कमिश्नर ने मेरे को और जन्म का दिन बनाया। तो गिफ्ट देता है क्या है? 5500, वो तो फल का पेड़ देता है। तो उसको रोपने वाला में 1 महीना में जो उधर अध्ययन करा, वहां का फॉरेस्ट आगे से लॉकडाउन के समय ग्रीन हो गया। वहां का जानवर से मुक्त विश्राम भूमि होगा, वहां का पंछी से मुक्त, वहां का लेक का पानी सफेद होगा। उसके बारे में मैं घर में नहीं गया था, मिस्टी को इन्वाइट करके लेके गया था कोविड के अंदर पर। तब दिल्ली पहुंच गया। दिल्ली में वीसा ऑफिस में बोले आपको मिस्टी को सरकार ने 10 साल वीसा देता है। इसके बारे में मिस्टी को गया था। 10 साल के बाद 3 महीना रहने पेगा। 8 लाख हेक्टर प्रेसिडेंट तो माटी कीन के रखा है। वो तो 1 लाख स्टूडेंट के साथ पेड़ पौधा लगाने मेरा काम है। तो एक है, जो देश इन्वाइट का मैं जाने पड़ेगा, इसके लिए जा सकता है, कर सकता है। तब यूनेस्को बैन एम्बेसडर आया था, उसको बोलिया था 7 days ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड लॉकडाउन रहने पड़ेगा साल भर, तब धरित्री माँ को बचा सकेगा। और महिलाओं को 60% संरक्षण देना। क्यों? मानव संपद धरित्री को बचाने के महिलाओं का भूमिका जितनी ही है, पुरुषों का उतनी नहीं है। मेरा बेटा बेटी 3 है ना, माँ जी 3 चाट मारने से भी माँ मेरे को भात दो, मैं एक साथ में से घर से निकाल जाता है। इसके बारे में मैं आप लोग को सुझाव कि आप स्टूडेंट को लिए मेरा प्यार ज्यादा है। आगे आप लोग का जन्म का दिन क्या रहता है? आप लोग जन्म का दिन पर केक कटाए, केक मत कटो, आप एक पौधा लगाओ। जितने भी इन्वाइट करेगा वो जन्म का दिन पर, तब बाकी सब एक एक पौधा, तब इंडिया जल्दी जल्दी ग्रीन हो जाएगा। जब तक पेड़ रहेगा ग्रीन है, तरह हम लोग जिंदे रहेगा। इसके बारे में आप लोग का अनुरोध किया था, ये करने से ही यही नहीं, पेड़ पौधा लगा के मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट खुल रहा था। आजकल ये नहीं इंडिया के भी आ रहा है, ऐसे ही नहीं ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड स्टूडेंट सब आ रहा है पीएचडी लेने के लिए। मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट खुल लिया था और 2024 धरित्री दिवस में मैं अवेयरनेस खत्म करके मैं उधर ही रहेगा। जितने भी वर्ल्ड का स्टूडेंट आएगा वो पीएचडी लेने के लिए, वो लोग का मेरा सिखाने, धरित्री माँ को प्यार करने वाला सिखाने मेरा काम है। इसके लिए कर रहा हूँ। जय माता, जय इंडिया की जय।
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, पद्मश्री श्री जादव पायंग सर, और मैं सोच रही हूं कि इनके लिए हम सब लोग खड़े होके एक बार स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन जरूर दे। आई वुड इनवाइट बैक मिस्टर एंड मिसेस सतपति ऑन द स्टेज। सो एक बार खड़े होके हम आपके सम्मान में तालियां जरूर बजाना चाहेंगे और इनसे प्रेरणा हम जरूर ग्रहण करें। और जैसे कहा कि जन्मदिन पे केक काटने के बजाय एक पौधा लगाए तो धरती बहुत ही जल्दी ग्रीन हो जाएगी और क्लीन भी हो जाएगी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है आपका। प्लीज रुकिए हमारे पास। सर एंड मैडम प्लीज जॉइन अस बैक ऑन द स्टेज। थैंक यू एवरीवन, थैंक यू। प्लीज हैव योर सीट्स। नाउ इट्स टाइम to talk about the climate grant and then we will felicitate the awardees. Awardees को felicitate करने से पहले हम jury के बारे में भी आपको कुछ बताएंगे। तो सबसे पहले first of all I would invite Madam Adhyasa Satpathy to talk a few words about the climate grant and about the awardees, please.
Good afternoon. I'm sure everyone is waiting for something entirely different. I'm sure we are all excited. किंतु आम जर्नी विषय एकदम संक्षिप्त मु कहबाकू चाहूँगी आमर जूरी पैनल तो इंट्रोड्यूस्ड हेबे एबे I was part of the jury. We had a lot of trouble selecting the climate grant awardees because all of them are brilliant, all of them are doing good work. सबू थेरे यूथ इन्वॉल्वमेंट अच्छी आमे जते बेले क्लाइमेट ग्रांट को अनाउंस करिथिलु हमर दीटा मेजर क्राइटेरिया थिला गोटे थिला यूथ कनेक्ट आउ गोटे थिला क्लाइमेट एक्शन सो यूथ कनेक्ट और क्लाइमेट एक्शन को नेकी भी देयर वर लॉट ऑफ एंट्रीज and all of them were very good. So jury sangare amar bi tike discussions re we were unable to come to conclusions. Everyone who has sent in their applications, they are winners. Everyone who has reached out to us, they are doing great work, but we had to finally choose a few, and we will be right now very shortly announcing the winners of the Dharitri Climate Grant.
थैंक यू मैडम वर्तमान जूरिंग को इंट्रोडक्शन आम आपण आगे रखू जो मैंने जूरी साजिशंती तांको प्रोफाइल मु आपण आगे रखा चाहिए फर्स्ट ऑब्वियसली मैडम हैज बीन अ जूरी बट बिफोर हर आई वुड लाइक टू इंट्रोड्यूस यू टू आभा मिश्रा इफ शी इज हियर प्लीज would you stand and wave to the audience? Okay, so Abha Mishra, a development anthropologist by education, Ms. Abha Mishra has a professional career spanning over 30 years in the field of disaster risk reduction, livelihood, housing, women's empowerment and tribal studies. She has worked with international universities and state level NGOs and now UNDP. She has been working for more than 2 decades with UNDP and is currently the UNDP Odisha head of the office. She supports UNDP Odisha projects on SDG acceleration, tribal inclusive growth and resilience. We are very, very happy to have Abha Mishra as one of our jury. We have Mr. Sujit Mahapatra. He has also been our moderator, academic by hobby, volunteer by profession, has been a member of drafting committee of the state youth policy and is on several state level committees. We are very thankful to have you as a jury as well. And we have Mr. Ranjan Panda with us, who is the jury of the climate grant awardees. He has more than 3 decades of experience working on water and climate change initiatives, starting from grassroots to South Asia levels. A known expert on water, environment, climate change issues, he convenes the active CSO network, water initiatives, and is the founder of Youth for Water campaign. He is also a steering group member of Global Climate Migration and Displacement Platform, that is CMDP, and a senior fellow with the Foundation for Ecological Security, that is FES. Among the founders of Climate Journalism Network at Oslo Met University, Norway, Mr. Ranjan is also a senior columnist. He has received many awards and recognitions for his environmental activities. Could you have Mr. Panda's wave to the audience if you are here, Mr. Panda, with us? Okay, all right. We have another jury, Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy. We had him in our panel as well. He has been an amazing panelist, environmental activist, Time Magazine Next Generation Leader 2022, Rolex awardee, Jane Goodall, youth leader, all those good words for him. It's even less for him. We are very, very happy to have you. And of course, we have Srimati Adyasha Satpathy as one of our jury members as well. And of course, we know how beautiful part she has been of our family. Actively involved with Dharitri, she started getting involved in the early 2000s and added a corporate management. Ma'am, would you please come to the front so that people can see you when I'm talking about you. Added a corporate management and HR style to the mix, attracting young journalists to the media house. Odisha Post, the state's only homegrown English daily, was the brainchild of Madam Adyasha Satpathy, who had long felt there was a vacuum for credible local news in English. Over the years, both Dharitri and OP have expanded under her vision, quickly adapting to fit the digital space. Her stress on social media strategies have led both the newspapers to make their digital presence felt, with web channels and leading the way in digital reporting in the state. Her commitment towards climate action remains steadfast, and she is determined to continue in the mission to bring environmental awareness among the youth in Odisha. Glad to have have you as the jury member as well, madam. And now it's time to declare the awardees. Would you please do the honors?
Now, this is in no particular order and no marking system. For the first award, we would like to call Sathi Parivar. And can the video on Sathi Parivar be played, please?
Sathi Parivar, an NGO committed to environmental sustainability with their mini wetland conservation campaign, helped to create wetland and is working to rejuvenate wildlife as well as recharge groundwater. Additionally, their innovative approach involves building eco-brick structures at Brajmohan High School to combat plastic pollution. They have exemplified dedicated leadership in environmental conservation.
I would request our honorable guest, Mr. Sonu Sood, our honorable lifetime achievement awardee, Padma Shri Jadab Payeng sir and Tathagat Satpathy sir, Madam Satpathy to kindly felicitate. Sathi Parivar. बहुत बहुत शुभेच्छा आपन को आपनकर सुंदर कार्य एमती आगु मध्य जारी रहू. मैडम सतपति, could we please welcome our next awardee? Sathi Parivar, please stay back with us on the stage.
Now, I'm very happy to announce and welcome OPSA to the Dharitri Climate Grant.
A buoyant coastal youth organization trailing in the footsteps of Charulata Biswal and Bichitrananda Biswal, the Odisha Paryavaran Sanrakshan Abhiyan Trust has made a mark in safeguarding regional biodiversity with active involvement in olive ridley sea turtle and mangrove conservation. They have become the guardians of flora and fauna sustenance in coastal Odisha.
परिवेश सुरक्षा पई आपनकर कार्य अतुलनीय. ओपीएसए आमे आपनको स्वागत करूछु एवं क्लाइमेट ग्रांट अवार्ड रा सम्मान आपनको आमे प्रदान करिया को चाहूछु. साथी परिवार प्लीज स्टेज रे ही रहिबे आम सहित. आपण माने प्लीज स्टेज रे रहिबे. आमे गोटे ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ समस्तक सहित नबा सेति पई आसंतु. OPSA with us on the stage, climate grant awardee from the family of Dharitri and Odisha Post. Many wishes and thank you so much for taking care of our environment. Many congratulations. Please आम सहित मंच रे रहिबे. Please आम सहित.
Very happy to welcome our next Dharitri Climate Grant awardee, Ahwan Foundation.
With the relentless pursuit to address sustainable development goals, the Ahwan Foundation has pledged to plant more than 1 lakh trees on school premises to promote clean water and sustainable ecosystems. The organization is also working to raise awareness about slum dwellers and plastic pollution through its Say No to Plastic campaigns.
Ahwan Foundation, welcome on the stage and many congratulations. Dharitri एवं ओडिशा पोस्ट तरफ रु आपण समस्त को अनेक अभिनंदन. आपणकर एई कार्य परिवेश को सुरक्षित रखिबार आपणकर एई मन इच्छा मनोबल आपण आम समस्तंकर बढ़ाउछंती एई कार्य आपणकर एमती जारी रहू आम तरफ अशेष अशेष अभिनंदन।
Now, in the individual category, we would like to present the Dharitri Climate Grant Award to Mr. Chandan Panda.
Chandan Panda, a young social activist, has been working on the sustainable development of the environment on his own initiative by organizing a volunteer force. He has planted trees with the Jagannath Bona Prakalp beside the Jagannath temple in Keunjhar's Hatodehi Inchala Grama Panchayat. He has also carried out other awareness campaigns such as providing drinking water for animals and birds, afforestation and pollution prevention.
श्री चंदन पंडा पाल्टिछंती सबुज साथी परिवेशर साथी एवं आपन को धरित्री एवं ओडिशा पोस्ट तरफ अनेक अनेक शुभेच्छा धन्यवाद जनइबु जे आपण आम परिवेशर आम जलवायुर आपण एते चिंता करंती एवं समस्त को सांगरे नहीं परिवेश पई कार्य करि आछंती बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आशा करछु आपणकर ए सुंदर कार्य भविष्य रे मध्ये आपण एमती जारी रखिबे।
Next, we would like to welcome Mr. Jalendra Mohalik in the individual category.
Jalendra Mohalik, founder of the Regional Association for Social Incumbents and Awareness, plans to establish a network that will connect 600 plus social groups and 3 lakh people in order to communicate the consequences of climate change and increase consciousness. He intends to make people aware of climate change with his Act Now Padayatra, which will include over 600 kilometers of walking.
Congratulations Shri Jalendra Mohalik। आपणक कार्य पाई आमे समस्ते आपनको धन्यवाद ही करबा कथा। इंडिविजुअली व्यक्तिगत भाव में आपण जेते कार्य करि चलछंती आमे आशा करछु सेमती जारी रहू एवं आपणक कार्य सब दिन पई हमको एमती प्रेरणा जगौ थाउ आम परिवार तरफ रे शुभेच्छा। प्लीज आम सहित रहिबे मंच रे। So before we take the group photo, as we had mentioned, Shri Tathagat Satpathy sir has something special once again to announce. There is this Youth Action Award. Sir, please talk a few words about Dharitri Youth Action Award.
ये टिके शोभना मैडम टिके एपेक सेपेक कर दोछथि मु टिके बावळाई जाउछि। आज आउ गोटे स्पेशल अवार्ड अनाउंस करबा पई अछि। गोटे ग्रुप जे कि बहुत काम करूछि ओडिसा रो विभिन्न जिल्ला रे एवं बहुत युवा शक्ति को नहीं से माने काम करछंती। से संस्थार ना हैला सात्विक सोल सेतरे सत्यव्रत बाबू एवं तांको सहित आहुरी अनेक पिला मिसिकरी काम करछंती। सत्यव्रत बाबू जदि एठी अछंती टिके स्टेज ऊपर को आसीबे दया करी। सात्विक सोल।
The Sattvic Soul Foundation has been working fervently to address climate change concerns. With their innovative plogging campaign, they have prevented more than 10,000 kilograms of garbage from entering the ocean. Mangrove plantation and restoration, waste auditing and segregation are a few of their other focuses of work.
Dharitri Youth Action Award goes to Sattvic Soul Foundation. Many congratulations and thank you for a well done job. एते सुंदर भाव में आपण निज कार्य करी परिवेश प्रति निजर अवदान रखिछंती सेत पई आंतरिक धन्यवाद। को अंचलर बोली प्रश्न करूछंती। को अंचल रे खास करी
विभिन्न जिले में करुँच पर आपको कहूँ ये टे समस्ते सुनु सुदू को देखा इंटरेस्टेड आपण ये अंचल दयाकोरी पचारतु नहीं।
now we will take a group photograph. All the climate grant awardees हमको please आउ थरे मंच रे join करिवे। सब climate grant awardees निजरा संस्था र समस्त सदस्य एवं जो माने इंडिविजुअली पाइतले तांको सहित हम जूरी यस हम जूरी मेंबर्स को हमें इनवाइट करिवो फॉर द ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ। आभा मिश्रा, सुजीत महापात्र, रंजन पंडा, अद्याशा मैडम इज देयर विद अस एंड अरुण कृष्णमूर्ति। समस्ते आसतु पछरे आहुरी अछंती आपण समस्ते आसतु समस्ते एकाठी जो माने जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रो एकाठी रहिले इट विल लुक नाइस। राइट रे भी जगह अछि, राइट साइड को भी आस परबे प्लीज। So ladies and gentlemen, there are climate protectors. They all will need the loudest round of applause to keep themselves going. They represent all of us taking care of our own climate, all environment. Thank you so much. Please keep doing the fabulous job. Thanks to the jury as well for taking such difficult decisions. एते जनों को भितरु आमे 5 जनों को बाछि पारछु और तापरे गोटे यूथ एक्शन अवार्ड। सो वी हैव पद्मश्री जादव पायेंग सर, आपका बहुत धन्यवाद है सर। आप कृपया अपना आसन ग्रहण करें मंच के सामने। एंड मिस्टर एंड मिसेस सतपति, थैंक यू। एंड नाउ इट्स टाइम, यू नो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन नाउ आफ्टर द ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ इज ओवर and a bit of personal interactions on the stage. There will be a complete interacting session with the star himself. Thank you so much. Jadav ji please आइए. Thank you so much. Thank you sir. सर नीचे चलते हैं, आइए। Thank you. So everyone ready for the phenomenal personality here? Sir, could you please come forward? So should we start? Let us have a countdown before this personality starts speaking. Let's start with 10. Come on, join me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The gentleman, Sonu Sood, everyone. Over to you.
You know, this countdown always makes me nervous, yeah. Suddenly I was always a backbencher in my school, but suddenly when the focus comes all over you, so I think that makes you pretty nervous, but thank you so much. Jai Jagannath. I don't know, I have tried something to learn Odia. I know it might be wrong, apologies for that, but still I'm trying. Apan mono kenti ochandi. You know, my journey, started from Punjab. I was born in a family with mom. She was a professor, used to teach students. My father had a cloth showroom, and I thought that, after finishing my studies, I'm an engineer, electronics engineer by profession, and I thought that after finishing my studies, I'll come back to my native place, Moga in Punjab, take care of my family business, take care of my father's shop, and that's what the plans were. But, somehow acting bug bit, came to Bombay, wanted to become an actor. The journey was long, and I always thought that, working with top production houses, big actors, big directors, was something that I always wanted in my life. And it happened also, worked with the best of directors, best of producers, Hollywood films. And then COVID happened. I don't know how the whole connection started. I never knew how to send people back to their homes. I never knew how to send them medicines, how to get them treated, how to educate them. I had no idea about it. But somehow that awakening happened, and I thought the life was all about light, camera, action. But then I realized that life was not only about light, camera, but it was no lights, no camera, just action. So this is how my journey began. I was also sitting one day at my house, waiting for that COVID to end. Okay, in 5-10 days, maybe a week, maybe 10 days, everything will end and everything will become normal. So, I also gave my bit of giving 100-200 ration kits, and I thought, okay, now let's wait for the life to start normal, get back to normal. And I remember when I went on the roads and when I saw all these people walking back to their homes with little kids, telling them, the parents were telling lies to the kids, okay, we'll walk and we'll reach in 1-2 hours, but I knew the journey is going to be for weeks, months. And I realized that, I'm not going to sit back home and I have to come back. And I was on the roads trying to help people. And, whatever we all could do, we did. But I think my journey with Odisha started from the day when one day I got a call from this guy. His name is Prashant. I don't know whether he's sitting here or not. He's also from a place called Kendrapada. Prashant, are you there? Hai kya Prashant yahan pe? Okay, so this guy, he was in Ernakulam, working with almost 170 girls from Kendrapada, and in the middle of night I get a call that, sir, we are stuck here in a stitching factory and we want to come back to our place in Kendrapada. So I knew that, the distance was too long. We didn't have any connection. The flights were not operating. So somehow, using my good offices, that was the first flight that started during COVID, where I got these people from Ernakulam to Cochin. The airport was open for 2 hours. And from Cochin, the flight landed in Bhubaneswar, and then they went back to Kendrapada. So I had no clue about it, but somehow it was happening. Almighty was guiding me, and the kind of love that I got from Odisha people, I think it makes me believe that this is like my second home. And, I want to do so many things here. And today meeting all these heroes on stage, have done so much for, for the environment and for the society. All I can tell you, I'm a very good learner. I can follow your footsteps. Teach me how to do it, and together we can make the difference. All I can say, we have so many people sitting here that, Sonu Sood is just a phone call away. Anything in terms of environment, in terms of medical, in terms of education, anywhere anyone needs, just a phone call away. So I think these conclaves, these meetings happen for a reason. All thanks to Dharitri group, ma'am, sir, you made me a part of this beautiful family. All I want to do is that, I want to do something big here so that I can come here very, very often. And I know it's not possible just for me alone. So just please guide me so that we can start a new journey in Odisha. And I can say that, this is the place where I belong to, and we can do a lot of things. And maybe next time I'll have some better Odia to speak, so learn some more lines. But, I always, my mom always used to say, now she's in heaven somewhere guiding me. She always used to say one line, ki, Sonu kabhi apni मुट्ठी खोलकर तो देख शायद तेरी हाथ की लकीरों में किसी की जान बचाना लिखा हो. So I feel we all have that thing in us, but somewhere we get busy in our lives. We have so many diversions today, all those Instagram, Facebook, Reels, posts, and all these TikTok things. So somewhere we get so busy in our lives and we realize that, we are trying to chase an illusion which I don't know how many of us would believe in, but there's a life beyond that. Someone somewhere is waiting for that a hand that can hold you and tell you, let's change your life. And we always believe, okay, let me become very, very famous, let me earn a lot of money, let me become very influential, then things will happen. But I believe you me, this is not the case. You just have to start today. It's not important whether you have those monies, whether you have those connections. All the people still I work with, are the ones whom I had sent back to their homes. They used to earn 150 to 200 rupees a day. They were the ones who had sent oxygen to all those villages in the interior when they needed, when I connected with them. The medicines, these were the ones who went. So that was the biggest lesson. Today we have, I met this beautiful family who's working with us. It's called Hamara Sathi Group. I don't know whether they are here somewhere. They are from Balaso. They came now to meet me. So, yeah. So, I saw this beautiful family who are doing so good, and I never met them in my life ever, but somehow that connection of giving back to the society made me their family. And today, when I see them, I feel very proud that, I must have done something good in my life, that I have these extended families living here, the place I've never been, the people I've never met. So I think this is the bond which is more powerful than, our blood relations. Our families get busy with their own lives, trying to achieve our goals, try to, make our lives better. But somewhere someone is waiting for that thing to happen. And this is what, when I met them in the morning, I was very emotional that, when, the Odisha train accident happened, so we were in touch. When a lot of other calamities we all experienced, we were in touch. They were on the ground. So we were trying to help through, whatever best means we can. So I think this is the power of giving back to the society. I don't know how it comes in life. Before COVID happened, I was shooting for this film called Prithviraj. It was a Yash Raj banner with the biggest of producers, directors, all those people I dreamt working with. So I was shooting with all these stars. We finished the film almost, it was 80% complete. Then the COVID happened. Everything got shut down. I did my life, whatever I think. And after COVID, again, when I went back to the set, suddenly that whole world started looking very small. Those same sets, those big sets, which I was in awe when I went, and suddenly they started looking very small. I said, man, these were the same sets I was shooting with. Why are they looking, this world is looking so small. Everything is looking very plastic. I'm still doing movies. I will still be doing films. But somehow that world which I was chasing for so many years was not the real world I belonged to. The real world was this. And when I reached the sets, this was the climax of the film we were shooting. It was a big arena, all these emperors and, all these, lot of people, 500, 600 crowd were there, and I was waiting for my dialogues to come, and all these people were sitting, and suddenly one said, कि sir, आपने मेरी मदर का कैंसर का इलाज कराया था कोविड में, सर आपने हमें राशन भिजवाया था, सर आपने मेडिसिन पहुंचाया. So I never knew those people, but somehow I got connected, and I felt like that, I've somehow in all those 18, 20 years when I was trying to make a mark as an actor, I wish that awakening happened. So I think COVID was the biggest teacher for all of us. We all have learned a lot. And वो बोलते हैं कि अगर कोविड के समय में आप नहीं सीख पाए तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि किसी स्कूल या कॉलेज में आप सीख पाएंगे. तो बड़ा important I think. My mom always used to tell me one thing that, trees and rivers in the villages don't teach you anything, but people in the city do. जो लोग आपको सिखाते हैं वो बहुत बड़ा एक सबक होता है. And when you start helping people, you will see that there will be lot of incidents that will happen that will stop you from doing what you do. आप लोगों की मदद करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे इंसिडेंट होती है आपकी लाइफ में कि आपको लगता है यार क्यों मैं मदद कर रहा हूँ यार, मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए यार, छोड़ दो. So I think those speed breakers we have to cross. I've gone through those speed breakers and I go every single day. But it's not about stopping that journey, but it's about how strong we can go. I'll recite a very small incident which happened, during one of the incident. We come across many, but there was this guy in Jodhpur in Rajasthan. So a friend of mine called me, he said कि सोनू एक बेटा है, शुभम नाम है, बच्चा है, 8 साल का, he needs to get a liver transplant done, and if the liver transplant doesn't happen in a month's time, so this boy will die. So how can we help them? So I said, okay, we got in touch with the family, or when we started talking to them, I said, how much money you have to get the liver done? He said, sir, we have 1.5 lakh rupees. So the cost of the surgery was 28 lakhs. I spoke to Apollo Hospital in Hyderabad. Mr. Subramaniam, he was the CEO of Apollo Hospital. I said, sir, we need to save this boy. He's a very, very poor guy from Rajasthan, and if the surgery doesn't happen in a month or so he'll die. So how can we help them? He said, okay, Sonu, let's try to do something. And I spoke to the doctor. Doctor said, okay, I won't charge. The pharmaceutical companies I called, he said, okay, sir, we'll give you free of cost medicines. The bed charges were a lot of release. So the 28 lakhs surgery, we had cut down to 18 lakhs. So 10 lakhs was done. So I said, okay, now it's 18 lakhs. I will put in money, but you also have to raise some money. So from 1.5 lakhs, the whole community pooled in some money, and they got 3.5 to 4 lakhs. And I spoke to the CM, and I said, sir, from your thing, you can release some money. So they released 10 lakhs. So I paid 4 lakhs. So the surgery was done. The guy got cured. He went back to Rajasthan, living happily. After a month's time, when I got a bill from Apollo Hospital, so it was again 14 lakhs. So I said, but 10 lakhs was paid from the CM fund, sir. He said, no, by mistake that money went to the family. So I called the family. He said, sir, आपके पास जो 10 लाख रुपए चले गए हैं, तो आप हॉस्पिटल में डाल दीजिए. तो फैमिली बोलती कि सर हमें बच्चा बड़ा भी तो करना है, वो कैसे दे दें हम? So I said, बच्चा बड़ा करना है, पर सर बच्चा बच के अभी तो देना जरूरी था ना. कहते सर वो तो खर्च हो गया हमसे. And my friend who had connected this guy with me, and he felt very sorry. He said, sir, sorry Sonu bhai, मेरे से गलती हो गया, क्या करूं? मैं कहा, no problem यार. So he said कि सर ऐसे लोगों की मदद करनी ही नहीं चाहिए. ये मत करो सर, आज के बाद मैं आपको कभी नहीं बोलूंगा. मैं कहा, no. So I think this is our learning lesson. अगर एक ने ऐसा किया, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि we have to stop that. So I think we all feel that thing. Sometimes when we help people, someone will say, अरे यार तू क्या मदद करता है, इतना ऐसे थोड़ा होता है काम. So people will get annoyed, people will say some wrong things about you, people will do whatever they want to, but don't stop your journey. You have to keep on moving. क्योंकि जो सही रास्ता होता है उसमें स्पीड ब्रेकर्स जरूर होते हैं. So वो स्पीड ब्रेकर्स अगर तुम्हें दिख रहे हैं, यू आर फेसिंग दोस प्रॉब्लम, दैट मीन्स यू आर गोइंग इन द राइट डायरेक्शन. और अगर स्पीड ब्रेकर नहीं है तो मतलब आप कोई ऐसी दिशा में जा रहे हो जिसकी मंजिल है ही नहीं. और बड़े मेरी एक फेवरेट लाइन है, जो मेरी फिल्म आ रही है फतेह, इट्स कमिंग समटाइम इन मार्च. आई हैव written the story, screenplay, dialogues, produced, acted, and directed also. So in that, one of favorite lines that I've used, which was kind of an inspiration for me also and for everyone, and I feel a lot of people can relate to it, कि हम लोग जिंदगी में बहुत मेहनत करते हैं. कई बार हमारे साथ वाले जल्दी सक्सेसफुल हो जाते हैं, हमें थोड़ा वक्त लगता है सक्सेसफुल होने में. हम बोलते हैं यार पढ़ने में तो मैं बड़ा इंटेलिजेंट था यार, ये लड़की मेरे साथ में इसके 60% आते हैं, मेरे 80% आते हैं, और ये देखो कितना सेट हो गया. हाउ शी और ही हैज डन बेटर देन मी इन माई लाइफ. सो उनके लिए एक लाइन जरूर कहता हूं कि हौसला रख, एक समय ऐसा आएगा, हौसला रख, एक समय ऐसा आएगा जब घड़ी किसी और की होगी और समय तेरा बताएगा यार. So just hold your reins tight. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. आपके पास सिर्फ वो बोलते हैं ना कि how long you can hold your breath under water, कि जब भी आप कितने समय तक अपनी सांस रोक के रख सकते हैं. जब आपका नंबर आएगा आपको बोलना है कि present ma'am, I am there. So I think you have to be there in the class, and I'm sure, when I see all these people who have done so much for the society, for the environment, I think it makes me really proud that, I'm living in a world that's inspiring millions of people. बहुत सारे लोगों का कई बार नाम नहीं होता. They're living in smaller towns, villages, interiors, जिनके बारे में शायद लोगों को नहीं पता चलता. But all thanks to social media, आजकल हम लोग को पता चल जाता है कौन कैसा काम करता है. तो जब भी कोई अच्छा काम करे, if you see someone doing a small bit, कहीं फुटपाथ पे कोई किसी की मदद कर रहा है, always post that. Thank you, say them thank you कि you are doing it, so that the chain spread, the goodness keeps on increasing in us. हम लोग सर ने बताया कि जब बर्थडे होता है तो केक मत काटिए, पेड़ लगाइए. वैसे ही जब बर्थडे होता है, पेड़ तो लगाइए लगाइए, कभी अपने वॉचमैन के लिए, कभी अपने ड्राइवर के लिए, कभी उसकी बच्चे की फीस भर दीजिए, कभी एक रैंडम किसी को पकड़कर अनएक्सपेक्टेड चीज कर दी। आपका कोई बार हमारी सोसाइटी में एक वॉचमैन बैठा होता है जो बेचारा सुबह से लेके जैसे आप जाते हैं खड़ा होता है, सैल्यूट करता है, फिर आप निकल जाते हैं, फिर दूसरा आता है, फिर खड़ा होता है, सैल्यूट कराया जाता है। सो अचानक उसके कंधे पे हाथ रख के बोल दिए कि बेटा क्या कर रहा है, तेरा बच्चा क्या कर रहा है, चल इस बार मैं फीस भरूंगा उसकी। सो आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट वी कैन डू लिटिल बिट, एंड आई एम श्योर यू गाइज आर डूइंग, बट स्टिल मुझे लगता है कि मुझे भी किसी ने सिखाया, उनकी बात मैंने सुनी तो इसलिए मैं आपसे शेयर करता हूं। बट लाइक आई सेड टुडे वी आर हेयर टू लर्न फ्रॉम यू, आई एम हेयर टू लर्न। मैं जब मैम से भी बोला था, मैं आई वुड लाइक टू आंसर लॉट ऑफ पीपल, जो उनके सवाल होंगे। इट्स नॉट अबाउट व्हाट आई एक्सपीरियंस, व्हाट दे एक्सपीरियंस, व्हाट दे हैव इन माइंड फॉर मी। आई वुड लव टू आंसर, लव टू स्पीक टू यू। अगर आपके पास भी कुछ सवाल हैं तो प्लीज यू नो मैं भी आपके पास आ सकता हूँ, आप वहाँ पे भी मैं आपको माइक देख सकता हूँ। यू कैन आस्क मी एंड लेट्स कनेक्ट ऑन दिस ऑल्सो इफ यू हैव समवन प्लीज। या प्रशांत है किधर? किधर प्रशांत? इज देयर? प्रशांत किधर है? इधर आना।
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. One second, brother. Hey man, प्रशांत, thank you brother, thank you. अरे मैं तेरे डालता हूँ यार। Thank you. So प्रशांत वो लड़का है जिसने एर्नाकुलम में जहाँ पे स्टिचिंग फैक्ट्री में काम कर रहे थे. So he was a guy who called me in the middle of night that there are 169 girls stuck in the stitching factory. सोनू सर प्लीज करो. और जो फर्स्ट फ्लाइट इंडिया में कोविड में उड़ी थी वहाँ से कोचिन से, प्रशांत was a ring leader of that and they came here. और प्रशांत ने वहाँ पे केंद्रपाड़ा में एक वेल्डिंग वर्कशॉप खोला जिसका नाम है सोनू सूद वेल्डिंग वर्कशॉप. ये बात और है कि वेल्डिंग वर्कशॉप में खुद पैसे कमाता है, मुझे मेरा शेयर नहीं देता है. और मैंने बहुत बार ऐड किया इसके लिए फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. एंड देन प्रशांत सेड कि यार घर कैसा प्रशांत? अभी अच्छा हो गया, घर बन गया. यू वांट टू से समथिंग? अपने ओडिया में अपने लोगों को बोलना है कुछ?
सर मैं ये कहना मु आपन को नमस्कार करू सर. सुनु सर को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दौ सर. कहीं ना मु केरल जो थी सर मत आसवाई बहुत असुविधा थिला. मत सार सुनु सर को नंबर मिलला मीडिया मिलगला कौट में जो मत मिलला सार मत 3 दिन में पठे देते. एमती कि फ्लाइट रे पठे थे. फ्लाइट रे आम 170 जन आसलु. मुझे ये कर घर पहुँचती. जाओ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सुनु सर को. आसला मोर दुकान ना चेंज करदेलु सुनु सूद वेल्डिंग वर्कशॉप ना करदे. आउ गोटे कथा मोर घर भी एवं जो बनला सार किसी सहायता अच्छी तादे. तो बहुत बहुत सार को धन्यवाद कहूँ सर सुनु सर को. सर नमस्कार सर.
प्रशांत थैंक यू. ये ले जा, मैं लेता हूँ इधर से. ब्रदर.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, man. What's your name? Sorry.
Om Gupta.
Om Gupta. Hi, Om.
Hi sir. At first I would like to thank and congratulate maybe Dharitri for its 50 years.
Wow.
Odisha Post for being one of the first or the only first online newspaper for Odia regional languages and English in Odisha. And congratulate you and share my wishes to you, extend my wishes to you for your next upcoming movie, Fateh. But here, when you stand here as a brand ambassador of Dharitri Youth Conclave 2023, being a youth icon. So, I would like you to testify your position because through Odisha Post, The Hindu,
and Hindustan Times, we have read through a lot of newses, and I would like to thank Odisha Post for keeping things safe online, the newses. Jan 13, 2021, BMC has quoted you as habitual offender of illegal construction. And it has alleged a notice against you for your construction, illegal construction, from residential house to converting into a commercial hotel. And in February 5, 2021, you withdraw your plea from SC, Supreme Court, against your allegations for a High Court order, which has dismissed your case. Sir, my question is, okay, I appreciate your effort, your opinion that you had kept your faith in law and given the SC the plea that you will keep in mind that whatever. Yeah, my question is.
No, sorry. You can't be doing this. Question karibo ki? Is there a question?
No, sir, please let him go ahead. It's okay. No worries. Please, yeah, tell me, Om.
What is this? No speech. Just a question. You have a question?
Yeah, I do have a question.
Then ask the question. No speech. We don't want to listen to your speech.
Sir, converting residential houses to commercial hotel, don't you think that commercial hotels give out more carbon emission than residential houses? That will affect the climate a lot, and you are here as a brand ambassador of a climate change, the path ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for your question, Om. But yeah, I think the information you have is a little incomplete. It was already an existing place. I had just bought it. But like you said, when you work on a journey, there are a lot of speed breakers that you come. What's written and what's sometimes you read is a little incomplete one. So yes, it's still the residential thing only. It was not built by me, but bought by me, and that's why I had converted back into the residential. So thank you so much, Om, and I'm glad that you raised this question, man. Keep shining always. Thank you.
Okay. Sit down. Sit. Hey, bosai diyo tako. Bosao.
Sheikh. Hello, sir.
Faculty. Bosao tu.
Hello, sir. This is this side, sir.
Hi, brother.
So first of all, you got a very romantic smile, sir. And that's so that's very contagious. So actually today it's a luck factor for me. I'm like seeing you in front of me, sir. So my question is very direct. I won't take a lot of time. So have you ever thought of doing an Odia movie, as now you are very much connected to Odisha? Yeah.
Sir, I would love to. I've done films in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, English, Marathi, Punjabi, Chinese. So I come back to Odisha again and again to tell all the producers, writers, directors, heroines, ki boss, there is someone who can also do an Odia film. So offer me a script, offer me a good script. So I think then I'll have more of a reason to stay here for longer. So yeah, please, if anyone, a filmmaker is sitting here, so please just a phone call away. Thank you so much, my brother.
And sir, lastly, sir, we all love you, sir. We love you, sir.
Love you too, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Sorry, sir? Yeah, I will, sir.
Hello. So
yeah, hi, sir.
My name is Hitesh Jain.
Ji.
I'm sorry.
Perfect, sir, perfect.
Please, you. I hope everybody has come here to see and interact with Mr. Sonu Sood. He's not just a movie actor. He's far beyond that. He's a social icon. This is the love that you enjoy. You have been invited here because we love you, not because you are a big movie star. You are a superb, you are a fantastic human being. And everybody here shares that feeling with me. Share Thank you.
No, thank you so much. I think, like sir, I always say, whenever I come back to Odisha, I always tell, I'm from Punjab, but when I go to Punjab also, I said, जब मैं Odisha जाता हूँ ना, वहाँ से जो प्यार मिलता है, बड़ा कमाल का, बड़े smiling से लोग होते हैं, You know, we as Punjabi are a little bit loud. When you say Punjab, when we go to Punjab, they'll say, oh, kidda, badhiya, ekdam, yeah, so it's like that. You know, Odia is very small, how are you doing and all. So I think, हम पंजाबियों को आप लोगों से थोड़ा सीखना पड़ेगा, you know how to do it. But you know, you know what, when I was listening to all of you, listening to Sir, you know, the tremendous work that I've done and all these, the newer generation, you know, the kind of work that you're doing for, you know, the climate change, I think it's phenomenal. You know, I sometimes wonder how suddenly that mind tickled to do something phenomenal. All I can say is that, you know, we also started something there, but in Maharashtra. But I would love to do something in Odisha also, if you can just guide me or connect with me. Of course, I'll also, you know, from ma'am, from sir, I'll take your contact. So let's do something here also where we, as Sood Charity Foundation, also can be a part of your movement and bring that change that tomorrow when we come again, they'll say ki when you came from Dharitri's 50th anniversary, when you're coming for the 51st one, so you have many thousands and thousands of new saplings already been done. So I'm there for you and let's make it happen, sir. Yeah. So thank you so much. Anything else? Any dialogue should I say from my movie? Okay. So I'll say 3 dialogues. One from Dabang. Okay? You know, I'll tell you an incident during Dabang days. So I had signed Dabang. We were shooting. So me and Salman Khan, we were traveling in a car. Okay? So in the night, he said, chalo apan bahar khana kha ke aate hain. So we were all sitting. So Salman was driving. And we were sitting ki, Salman said ki, Sonu, tu yaar bahut lamba hai. Gaadi mein comfortable hai na? So I said, क्या ना सलमान, कानून के हाथ और सोनू सूद की लात दोनों बहुत लंबी हैं भैया. So he said, अरे यार ये तो बड़ा अच्छा डायलॉग है, पिक्चर में यूज करते हैं. तो नेक्स्ट डे व्हेन वी वेंट ऑन द सेट्स, हम लोगों ने यूज किया कि कानून के हाथ और छेदी सिंह की लात दोनों बहुत लंबी हैं भैया. And in Fateh, you know, I write my lines. I generally don't take that credit, but बहुत सारी hit फिल्मों के dialogues जिनको बड़े बड़े awards भी मिले हैं, कहीं ना कहीं मैंने लिखे होते हैं set पर. I don't take the credit, but जब Fateh लिखनी शुरू की मैंने, so I said no. I think in 18-20 years I've written a lot of things, but now it's time to take the credit also for what you do. So I'll say 1 or 2 dialogues from that film, but it's I feel they are good one. In Fateh, you know, there's one scene in which Fateh is sitting with a cop and cop says कि boss क्या है ना अपनी हैसियत के हिसाब से बात करनी चाहिए. And Fateh says कि सर कहीं पढ़ा था कि हैसियत भी आसमान जैसी होनी चाहिए क्योंकि जमीन कितनी भी महंगी हो कोई ना कोई खरीद ही लेता है. और बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं कि वो बहुत कम जानते हैं. So इसलिए सिनेमा इज अ ब्यूटीफुल वर्ड. वी ऑल एंजॉय. आप लोग देख के आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है, हमें करके बड़ा अच्छा लगता है. लेकिन जो ये दुनिया है, जो सर की दुनिया है, वो सिनेमा से बहुत बड़ी है. यू नो, सिनेमा is important. We all enjoy when we go for 2.5-3 years. But ये जो heroes हैं, इनके लिए मैं जैसे बोलता हूँ ना, तो लाइट चाहिए ना कैमरा चाहिए, सिर्फ इनको एक्शन ही चाहिए और जिंदगी भर एक्शन करते रहेंगे. They are our real heroes, and I think all cinema actors, directors, producers, they should get inspired from them, and I do get inspired from heroes like these, and I always want to join your mission. Please let me know how I can. Sir and ma'am are our guiding forces here in Odisha, and sir, please, anyone who wants to get connected with me to do anything good, bring a smile, change a life, my incoming is totally free, sir. Love you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anything else, sir? पूछ लो सर, कोई है पूछ लो, क्या टेंशन है सर. हाँ जी सर, पूछिए. हाँ जी मैम, आजा. मैं आता हूं नीचे, चलिए. कम. व्हाट्स योर नेम?
My name is Saina.
एक साइना के लिए तालियां बजती हैं यार, प्लीज. या साइना, टेल मी.
First of all, congratulations to Dharitri for this huge milestone. Sir, my question for you is, how you see this generation? Like, what's your perspective about this generation? And what advice will you like to give our generation to work for the society as well as for the climate or environment?
I feel, Sana, thank you so much for this question, but I feel this generation is much more smarter than ours. We have to learn from them. You have to just listen to them. Okay, I know there's a huge part of generation who's busy into social media, but I'll tell you, the kind of awareness they have, you make them sit with anyone of our generation, they'll have better things to teach us. So all I can say is that the kind of energy that you have, keep on doing good, channelize towards bringing a change that you are doing, and I know that you are the ones who can build a great and healthy nation. Keep inspiring us and never lose focus. Thank you so much, Sana. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. हाँ जी सर. जी.
आपने बोले कि कभी भी कुछ भी हो हमको रिंग दीजिए, एक कॉल दीजिए, हम आपके साथ हैं. आपका फोन कहाँ मिलेगा?
मैं आपको सर आपका शुभ नाम सर? मेरा नाम सुरेंद्र दास जी पूछते हैं कि आपका फोन नंबर कैसे मिलेगा. मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मेरा फोन आधे इंडिया के पास है. आधी रात को जब आता था फोन आता था बिहार से, फोन, अरे क्या बात कर रहे हैं सर, हम कल आप बोल रहे थे ट्रेन से भेजेंगे, कहाँ भेजते हैं, हम तो अभी भी स्टेशन पे खड़े हैं. सर मैं आपको नंबर पर्सनली दे दूंगा. वैसे मैं तो मेरा फोन बहुत आसान है मिलना, थोड़ा गूगल करोगे सब मिल जाएगा सबको. मेरा 24 घंटे फोन इसी काम पे बचता है सर. पर सुरेंद्र जी मैं आपको पर्सनली फोन दे दूंगा सर. आप बताइएगा सर, कुछ कर सके तो हम लोग जरूर करेंगे सर, कोई टेंशन ही नहीं है सर. थैंक यू सो मच सर. थैंक यू. हाँ जी सर, आजा आजा. हाँ जी हाँ जी. हाँ नमस्कार, आप आइए, दोनों आ जाए. आपका क्या नाम है?
सर प्रियंका पटनायक.
आपका?
स्थिति प्रज्ञा स्वाई. स्थिति प्रज्ञा स्वाई.
स्थिति प्रज्ञा एंड
प्रियंका पटनायक सर. प्रियंका पटनायक.
क्या बोलते प्रियंका, पूछिए.
सर मेरा एक बचपन से ही लाइक बहुत बड़ा मतलब एक ड्रीम था कि रोडीज में जाना है. सर एक्चुअली आई लव डांसिंग, आई लव एडवेंचर.
Sorry to stop you, interrupt you, but everyone please be back at your spaces. Mr. Sood is about to enter. He will enter with his friends, so you can directly talk. Please don't leave your seats and come to the front at all. क्योंकि सब लोग समस्त सांगरे आसीगले कष्ट ही जीवो. Everybody please be there at your seat. And Mr. Sonu is just about to enter the audience only. Please continue, Sthiti.
Sir, so I want some advice. So how can I go to that platform and I can, like, I want to show my everything. Like I have many dreams.
So Priyanka has lot of dreams. She wants to get into roadies. तो रोडीज के नाम पे बड़ी स्माइल आ गई. आई थिंक यू नो, कीप वर्किंग हार्ड प्रियंका, यू हैव गॉट ऑल द टैलेंट एंड आई एम श्योर. अरे दोबारा हो जाएगा, क्या टेंशन है, एक बार गिरेंगे दोबारा उठेंगे. और मैम यू ऑल्सो वांट टू आस्क समथिंग. व्हाट?
सर एक्चुअली आप लोगों का बहुत हेल्प करते हैं, सारा इंडिया इसके बारे में जानता है. सर एक्चुअली मतलब हम सब जानते हैं कि हम सब अपने अपने लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ बैटल लड़ रहे हैं. सबके लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. लेकिन क्या होता है ना, लोग उस बैटल को जान नहीं पाते हैं, किसके लाइफ में क्या चल रहा होता है, बस स्टिल वो लोगों को जज करते हैं. तो ये जो लोग जज करते हैं दूसरों को, आप उन लोगों के बारे में क्या कहना चाहते हैं जो लोग जज करते हैं?
मुझे लगता है कि जज उन्हीं को करेंगे जो अच्छा काम करेगा. ठीक है, आप अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, यू आर डूइंग गुड, तो आपको लोग जज करें, दैट मीन्स यू आर डूइंग समथिंग फॉर दोज पीपल टू जज यू. सो डोंट थिंक क्या फर्क पड़ता है उससे, क्या फर्क. आई थिंक उनकी सोच छोटी है, हमें बड़ा काम करते रहना है. आप देखो इतने लोगों के बीच में आप यहाँ पे पहुंच गए, तो कुछ तो होगा आपके अंदर. मैं रहूंगा ना आपके लिए, नहीं रहूंगा तो भी आपकी सपोर्ट में रहूंगा. डन.
Very good afternoon to sir. My name is Vishnu Prasad Nayak. I am from OUTR College. So, Sir, I want to say, and I want to very much thankful to your mother, because मेरी माँ ये कहती थी कि अगर तुम एक माँ के मुंह पे हंसी ला सको तो तुम ठीक बेटे नहीं हो, अगर तुम सारे माँ के मुंह में हंसी ला सको तो तुम बेटे हो, मेरे बेटे हो। तो मैं आपसे यही कामना लेकर आया हूँ कि आप जो ये करते हैं ना, सारे लोगों के मुंह में हंसी लाना, ये जो काम है, ये आपने कहाँ से सीखा, कहाँ से आया आपको? आपने बहुत बार बताया कि मेरे माँ से मुझे यही सीख मिली, मेरे माँ से मुझे ये सीख मिली, और आपको जो इन्फ्लुएंस मिला ना आपके माँ से, सो आई एम वेरी मच थैंकफुल टू योर मदर दैट वो जो उन्होंने जो बेटा पैदा किया वो सिर्फ उनके लिए नहीं किया, वो सारे हिंदुस्तान के लिए किया है, एंड दैट इज वेरी मच थैंकफुल टू यू सर। एंड सर
थैंक यू सो मच योर काइंड वर्ड्स मैन, गॉड ब्लेस यू।
सर मेरी माँ कहती थी कि जो पैर हम छूते थे ना, पैर से हम छूने से उनके जो पॉजिटिविटी है हमारे अंदर ट्रांसफर होता है, तो मैं आपसे वो पॉजिटिविटी चाहता हूँ, इसीलिए मैंने आपको पैर छुआ।
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू। आप बैठ जाएं। अच्छा मैं एक देखो, इतने लोगों को नहीं, मैं आता हूँ आपके पास ही आता हूँ।
Everybody please
आप बैठे, मैं इधर ही हूँ आपके पास। हाँ जी, आप बैठ जाएं प्लीज, मैं आता हूँ आपके पीछे आता हूँ, आपके पीछे आता हूँ। हाँ मैं आता हूँ, 2 मिनट आता हूँ, देखिए सब जाने, बैठ जाए प्लीज। हाँ
समस्ते आसिले केओटिक हे जिवो, पुणी बंद करबा को हबो, तेणु अनुरोध करबी।
How are you doing? So nice, so nice.
समस्ते निज जगह रे बसिले आमे इजीली इंटरैक्ट करि परिबा। एबे आमो ओडिसा रो अनन्य सैंड आर्टिस्ट,
अगर आप बैठ जाएंगे ना, सो मैं आप लोगों के बीच में आ सकता हूँ, नहीं तो इधर ही अटक जाऊंगा मैं, ठीक है? इधर से ले ले।
Mr. Sonu has a plan to go into the audience and talk. आपण माने बॉस
आप बैठ जाए प्लीज।
Exactly. Please have your seats. Is just about to enter only.
आप बैठ जाएं, I'll come to you, मैं खुद ब खुद आ जाऊंगा आपके पास, आप बैठ जाएं प्लीज। आप आ जाए, ऊपर आ जाए, नहीं तो। हाँ सर नमस्कार। हाँ कुछ राजेश कर, आपको सही ना हो गया। आइए ऊपर आइए। Hi. So what's your name?
My name is Pratyasha.
Pratyasha is there, and Prachi and Satyajit. So आप Pratyasha आप इधर आ जाए please. Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask that you are such an amazing social worker, but during the corona time, you got a head start that, yes, I'm gonna help so many people, there are so many people out there, I wanna help them, I wanna save them, but what gives you the motivation every day कि आज निकलना है, आज इसकी हेल्प करनी है, फिर आज निकलना है, आज सुबह उठना है, आज इतने लोगों की हेल्प करनी है, what gives you the motivation?
You know, when I started helping people, so people say कि यार ये देखना 1 हफ्ते में बंद हो जाएगा, 1 हफ्ता बीता, 1 महीने में बंद हो जाएगा, ये 1 महीना बीता, 2 महीने, 4 महीने, साल, अब 3.5 साल हो गए लेकिन चल रहा है. So to answer you is, when people have hope from you, जब उनकी एक उम्मीद होती है आपके पास, तो that gives you a motivation to keep on doing it. Because when you see those people who come from all over the country, there are a lot of people who come from all over the country to my house every single day. So when they come from Odisha, Bengal, Punjab, UP, Uttarakhand, so they come with a hope that, you know, okay, we'll meet Sonu and things will change. So I think that hope keeps me alive, that hopes give me courage, power to meet people, and I think that keeps me going always. Thank you. Yeah, Prachi.
Yes, so your charisma is making my feet go now wet. And my question is that you get a lot of requests to help everybody out here, but sometimes you cannot help each and every person. So how does that, like the defeat of not able to help someone feels inside, and how does he overcome that and then again go and help someone else?
So yeah, that we feel every single day. There are a lot of people who connect with you, but you're not able to help. A lot of people, you feel helpless because you're not able to do what you want for them. But I think that shouldn't stop your journey from what you're doing. You have to keep on helping. Out of 100 people, you might be able to help 50, but at least those 50 will make you to help more 500. So I think that keeps you going, and बोलते कि चलते रहना ज़रूरी है, रुकना नहीं है, and I think that's what I try to do every day. Love you too. Thank you so much. Yeah, Satyajit.
First of all, welcome to Odisha, sir. Jai Jagannath. Sir, I don't have a question. I have a request for you. Few days back, me and my friends were roaming around, like around our tuition. We saw 5 or 4 kids of like dog puppies. They were all healthy, quite good. They were walking around. But 2 to 3 days after that, we saw someone killed all of them. All of them. Literally just one kid was saved. By chance, he was like thrown into a drain or something like that. Then I went over the place. My friend called me, like, bro, ये हुआ है, तू आजा जरा अभी इधर. When I saw that place, like the dead bodies of the puppies and their mother, that made my body scream from inside. I saved that single child for like few days. I have the video, sir. Like he was not able to drink too. He was just a kid of 15 to 20 days. So I fed him like this. Then, but unfortunately, up to 4 days, max to max, I was able to save him. I asked my friends कि like कोई तो रख लो यार, मेरे घर पे permission नहीं है, मैं बाहर रख रहा हूँ, ऐसा है वैसा है. So like I know there are many cat lovers, dog lovers, and like animal lovers. So I said my friends कि like हम एक organization बनाते हैं, हम इतना ऊपर तक नहीं सोच सकते, तो अभी से ही शुरू करते हैं कि like हम कुछ we spend thousands of rupees every month. To be very honest, on unnecessary things. I asked them, तुम लोग कुछ कलेक्शन करके मुझे दो, बाकी का मैं कलेक्शन करवाऊंगा. हम लोग डेली सैटरडे संडे, नॉट एवरी डे, लाइक वीकेंड्स को हम जब पार्टी करते हैं, उससे अच्छा हम लोग घूम के गली गली में कुत्तों को फीड कर सकते हैं, गाय, कुत्ते, बिल्लियाँ. सो लाइक आई आस्क्ड देम, बट दे सेड कि लाइक हम लोग को क्या मिलेगा उससे. I was answerless.
So I want to just answer you that, when you try to do good, there will be a lot of people who will support you. There will be a lot of people who won't support you. But you don't stop. Anything that you do good is always a journey of one man. You don't need 10, 20 people with you. You just start your journey alone and the whole world will join you. Of course, I will be there for you, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Huh?
First of all, good afternoon, sir. I am Ashmi. I wanted to ask you, आप इतने बड़े स्टार हैं, आपके इतने सारे फैंस हैं, आपको like stress, sadness, like आपको तो आता ही होगा. How do you overcome it? We teenagers need it so much.
Thank you so much. What's your name? Ashmi, thank you so much for this. Like I said, sometimes goodness from others makes you strong, and that's what I've been doing all these lives. The blessings that I get from people makes me overcome the stress. And I think when I see a smile on an unknown face, when I see a smile on faces like you, I think that gives me power to keep the journey on, and I'll keep on John. And now you have a great life, just keep on doing good and you see how you shine and how you reach your goals. Yeah. All the best. ऐसे ले लो, ऐसे. Selfie ऐसे लो, selfie में झुक जाता हूँ. आइए.
Sir, I want to ask you one question. Sir, you have been helping all the people of India for a very long time now. It's been almost 3 years. Are you planning to help animals, or are you planning to... Sir, I need your help then. I have rescued a cat, but she's pregnant. The only thing that I can do is look after the mother, but I have to get her kittens adopted anyhow. Can you please help me with the adoption process? Sorry?
Can you get PETA?
Sorry?
PETA.
Yes, PETA organization.
Yeah. So, I'm an ambassador with that. So we will connect with you if you have some number. I'll ask someone to get you connected. And we'll let you know.
How can I do that?
So you give me a number or something.
My number to you? Sir. May I come up the stage? May I come up?
सर आप सेल्फी नहीं, ये अपने को देना है, ये अपने को देना है। चल बोल दिया, अभी वही बोल रहा हूँ इतनी देर से। आप इसमें व्हाट्सएप रख लिया अपने पास, अब सेल्फी ले रहा है, इन्हें आ नहीं पाएगा। आप लोग जाके रेस्ट करो यार, बहुत ज्यादा। आई डोंट वांट यू टू हर्ट योरसेल्फ, ओके? थैंक यू मैन, गॉड ब्लेस यू, थैंक यू। प्लीज प्लीज आप लोग चलना जी। सो आई सी यू, आप पहले रेस्ट कीजिए, आई कनेक्ट विद यू सून, ओके? प्लीज प्लीज आप रेस्ट, आई डोंट वांट यू टू हर्ट योरसेल्फ, आई कम बैक। मैं आ रहा हूँ।
Thank you so much for such active participation, increasingly involved. Thank you. But after the media interaction, we will go for the lunch break, and then we have the 3-time Grammy Award winner Ricky Cage's live performance. I'm sure everybody is going to be with us till the end because Ricky Cage is with us. Yes, please continue.